Here we go. I'm at 10 seconds here. I got Viper in the yellow and TaToH in the red. These are the Red Bull colors all over again, Tristan, and I'm ready to go.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Let's go, ladies and gents. We are here. This is the second semi, and we know that the Lord awaits in the final. Viper and TaToH, two longtime friends, two longtime teammates, and two of the very best. TaToH in the red playing Portuguese, and Viper... Viper's in yellow, and TaToH is basically responding to Viper, I think, because Viper is complaining that TaToH chose gray for his color. We've switched him. This is hilarious. Okay.
And he says, I don't Alt-G, I want my yellow. Enjoy gray then, says TaToH.
This is great. And Viper's like, obviously they're joking. He's like, idiot. And TaToH says, admin win, you insulted me. This is funny. This is funny. I love how it's such a big moment for both their careers, and yet they're just trolling around, having a good time.
No respect to players, he says. Well, it is the starting of Nomad, so you don't have that many clicks to do here as TaToH looks for a dock spot. But oh my god, that's so funny. What a way to start out the series here.
Yeah, and we'd mentioned it too. Like, Viper loves his yellow. TaToH picks gray, but he alt-Gs into red and blue, which is team colors for those that don't know. And they're talking about it here. I didn't think we'd have the conversation, but we should probably, settle down a little bit and talk about the normal stuff as we have both players docking in the same area right now, Dave.
Yeah, very interesting. Now, we saw Viper go Indians yesterday, but that was with a free fish boom because Yo docked the pond in the middle. He couldn't really go and harass Viper's fish so much. TaToH will be close by him. And TaToH is playing as the Portuguese. You have to feel like the Indians will have the faster uptime, though. Cheaper villagers, a little bit faster gathering from that shorefish against the dock. And if he finds a good number of boars, Viper should be able to apply early water pressure onto TaToH's fish. And we'll see if TaToH decides to go for that FC play we've seen so often with Portuguese, or if he's going to mix it up, as he often does.
Yeah, and I think this is the first time TaToH is going for the aggressor role on Nomad. Viper has gone for the water play defense eco role every single game, and TaToH has done that as well in his game 1 Nomads. But now that he's up against Viper, he maybe doesn't feel like he can achieve as much in that role. So no more guard towers or fortified walls for TaToH. TaToH's actually going to be the one on the other end here, and that's a surprise to me.
Yeah, and I can tell you how difficult it... Like I said the other day, I played a tournament houseboat game with a guy in gray. I can tell you how difficult it is sometimes to see gray if you're not going to Alt-G, but Viper wants his yellow. So he's going to keep TaToH as player 7. And if TaToH goes for some sneaky shenanigans, Viper's going to have to keep his eye out. Let's take a look at the scouting. TaToH is scouting the shoreline north of him. Also the shoreline over to the east. Viper is scouting the shoreline to the west of him, and then making his way to the north as well, but hasn't scouted that middle area yet. That's where TaToH's dock is, of course.
Yeah, it's kind of, with the positioning of their sheep, and also where they've docked, I feel like the middle's the last place they're going to check. There is a world where when they finish the first 2 fish, that they might meet somewhere towards the middle. But at that point, they will have already chosen their second docks. They will already have chosen their strats. But I think if TaToH ends up trying to go fast castle here, Dave, this is really bad for him because regardless of what Viper scouts with the sheep, Viper is going to encounter those fish, and TaToH isn't going to have a safe area that he's hoping he has. Because right now, he's hoping this is a pond, I think.
TaToH's gone for loom early. Viper has not. So that's the villager difference right there. Viper also sees a boar far in the south. He can't see the boar to the east of his town center, but... especially with Indians, with this amount of food already under the TC, with those fishing ships, he should be able to get up to feudal age at a really good time here. He's had a really solid start, Viper.
Yeah, and remember how we have this structured is yesterday we cast all those quarters. Those quarters were played Monday through Friday. And then the semis, of course, we had no clue who was playing. They probably were surprised at who showed up. But the semis were scheduled and played yesterday while we were casting, which does mean that there's a very good chance that TaToH didn't see the fact that Viper went scout opening. Like, this is a pretty big deal. And this would be the same for TaToH, or sorry, for Viper not seeing some of the things that maybe TaToH went for. So I really liked the 2 or 3 scout opening Viper went for against Yo. I feel like that's a go-to strategy for him if he's worried against any castle drops.
Viper clicks up no loom at 8:30.
Crazy.
It's a really, really quick uptime. TaToH brings in another boar. TaToH has 116 food in the bank.
Also, Viper not going for scouts, so I just wasted my time talking about that. He's going to go to gold, which indicates he's going to go for the dock. This is almost too fast. Like, I guess you can afford a second dock, but I'm not sure you can produce out of both of your docks with fire galleys right away. But I will trust Viper on this balance.
I think you can get 2 fire galleys rolling. I think he's still got a minute left, right? So he can drop a dock, get some gold in. If he goes for loom right away, oh, he's going for a barracks. Okay, he is going scouts, Tristan. So he's gonna go for 1 dog pressure a little bit with the fire galleys. Maybe add a second one later and go into a stable. TaToH has repositioned his fish to the right side. And does Viper see the fishing ships from TaToH? No, it's just out of sight. But I think when these loop around to get access to that fish, they might see them. Yep, he sees the fish.
Yeah, and TaToH's not going to be too pleased with this, but he's got another dock down in the south. So that's a better spot for him and maybe an area to hold his water control. But again, this is not something that we've seen a lot. The only other player we've seen go scout opening in the final stages has been the Viper. And if that stable comes out, and it is, I could definitely see TaToH not expecting it. TaToH's not walling at all right now.
He's bringing in another boar.
TaToH's bad boy, or is this TaToH?
Will actually be pretty good. He's got villagers taking the deer at the top. He's going to have another boar under his TC. He's still going to have these fishing ships working a little bit with that fisherman over there to the right side. He's got 45 seconds to feudal age. His resources are going to be looking pretty good when he gets there. He might actually get away with an FC play here, TaToH.
It feels like he will invest a little on water, as he's got the second dock already, and he's got the gold. But can we talk about the mining camp for a second? Oh, not the first time we've seen this, but that's amazing.
Saving 100 wood like that on Nomad is so important.
That's true.
Especially when you want to mix in water units and whatnot. Like, just having that little bit extra is so good. He can now drop 2 feudal age buildings. Viper is coming with the scout. TaToH will need to notice this right away.
TaToH does. Viper dodges the TC fire. And the reason you don't see scouts this frequently on Nomad is not starting with the scout means you need to wait another 50, 60 seconds to have an effective rush. So now TaToH
there's no
knows.
Lumber camps.
Yeah.
There's no exposed lumber camps you can hit or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's all near the TC, so it's a risk, right? And that's why Viper only went for 1 scout. It's giving him good map control, and he will be able to be very annoying against those villagers at the back. But he's choosing not to engage yet. Is he going to push the deer away?
I think he was thinking about it, but he's got to get his scouting intel here. Yeah. And TaToH's on the way up, Dave. TaToH could win water with this type of play if he's able to get the wood and the gold to make some fires, but he hasn't actually done that yet. So definitely seems like a fast castle, but now he's not on stone, so I'm a little confused as to what TaToH's plan is here.
Viper should send the scout to the right side to try and find the dock. He's scouting a little bit with the fire galleys on the left, but I think he should use the scout to try and find an extra dock from TaToH.
Oh, you know what else I don't like with TaToH? And you can fall into this trap on Nomad. He doesn't have a lumber camp. So this is super all in. He doesn't have his wood upgrade. He doesn't have any eco upgrades. Probably won't see any. And now Viper can see he is going to stone, though Viper might not have actually seen the vills because they were on the left of the stone.
TaToH has redocked in the north. He's going to send a fire galley to the dock from Viper on the left side, but Viper is sending a fire galley up there. Has he noticed this?
I think he saw the fishing ship. The fishing ship passed a second ago. It's a great awareness from Viper to be able to see the gray, apparently, in the blue water there.
I think, like, that dock, though, at the top is where Viper is thinking TaToH is sending all of his fish.
True.
Which is actually kind of good for TaToH, because he's still going to have 4 fishing ships on this dock to the right that Viper has not found yet.
Look at TaToH. He's actually walled in his vill so he can repair the ship. And the villager can't be hit because of the palisades. And I think he's also expecting the scouts to show up, so that's smart.
The scouts are still wandering around. Viper looking for villagers available at the back. TaToH reaches Castle Age. TaToH gets War Galley. He's on stone right now. And Viper is still 2 minutes away. So TaToH has opportunities here to retake water and kill all the fishing ships from Viper. And maybe those scouts at some point are going to look like a little bit of food overextension there for Viper with the food economy.
What I do like about the scouts is that it's going to be really tough for TaToH to justify running forward to build a castle. So TaToH's not... I love how TaToH's not all-inning this. I love how he's focused more on his eco, but still, I mean, that means that you have to play more defensive because that could mean camels come out later on, too, from Indians. So that's solid. Also, Viper does have his fish, or two of his fish, excuse me, in the left corner, and he's actually fleeing with two, Dave, on the side. So this is so good, man. Both of these players are playing amazing Nomad.
Yeah, they're playing really, really well right now. TaToH doing a good job just hiding his economy, his fishing ships and whatnot, and saving his villagers at home. Big demo shot from TaToH, and that's going to enable him to push forward here with the fire ships and maybe take out those fishing ships as well. Viper needs to run. He's got another fire on the dock in the middle, and he's got more fires looping around. TaToH's going to retake water control here. Viper will need to grab it again once he's in Castle Age, which he just reached. But even gill nets, that's how confident TaToH feels right now. He's getting gill nets for his fishing ships.
He doesn't have that many, too. He's adding more. I mean, that was the demo shot that TaToH needed right there because he's had his time window for a bit. He took advantage of it, and Viper, oh, man, this is actually looking kind of awkward for him on water now to the point where he might need to just give up on it.
Yeah, he's going for another TC.
Also another dock,
now,
Dave.
In the game against Yo, as he comes forward with the demo raft, and he gets his upgrade right there, so it should be a good hit against TaToH. The game against Yo, he went for camels, he went for ships, he went for all sorts of things because he had that free fish boom.
Yeah.
He had all the economy. Now it's a lot more uncomfortable in this situation for Viper. He's still wandering around with the scouts, but nowhere near as annoying as he was in the game yesterday with those scouts because TaToH walled off and he dealt with it very calmly, or dealt with it. TaToH now goes for a castle on the north side of that wood line. Maybe not his ideal position, but it will protect that side of his eco.
Man, just look at all the fish right here in the same spot. Oh, TaToH's added so many fish. If Viper could get a fire there, if Viper could clear all that out, that would be so important. And he does, and TaToH's not producing there at all. So good job from Viper to switch back on the water. I actually don't think he's expecting this new dock, Dave. He's actually going to the original one.
Yeah, and TaToH had fires over there, so Viper's going to chase some of the fishing ships. TaToH will peel one off and sacrifice him. Wood upgrades did come in for TaToH, by the way,
yeah,
so he's not going to forget those completely. He's playing really well. Both these players are playing really, really well here.
With Indians having the cheap vills, Viper really needs to make sure the fishing ships are not out there for TaToH. He's on 2 TCs right now, so this is, and I agree, this is an amazing game. Amazing way to start off the semi. A little less shaky, I think, than the start to the previous one.
Yep.
TaToH
not losing that villager, pulling it away right immediately, and he's looping around with some fires from the left side too, and he's going to kill the fishing ships from Viper, and Viper has 7 on food right now. Soon to be 5 after these fishing ships go down.
Also, organ guns, very good against stable units. There's a few organs patrolling across. Suddenly, TaToH's feeling confident enough to maybe add a second TC and spend this food on villagers.
Well, you could even send more vills to stone here and get a castle with your organ guns forward.
Yeah, maybe.
You get a castle on Viper? What does TaToH see? He doesn't see the woodline or anything. Okay, so he doesn't know about that position that would be so nice to place a castle over there.
Viper did have the fires out there. They were in the other area of the map, so here he swoops in. And yet again, TaToH's thinking, I've got it. I've won water now. I can move forward, and he can't. So Viper's back again. Consistent production.
I never thought I'd be saying this, but TaToH, make a demo. And there it is. There it is, right there. A demolition ship on the way.
What I've loved, though,
your boy.
What I've loved though from TaToH is that he was also able to fish a bit in the north. And every time Viper comes in after 1 or 2 fishing ships, he sails away with those 1 or 2 and keeps the others working. So it's the multitasking needed here is just insane. As the demo comes in, Dave, and that will hit Viper, and that's a very good demo shot from TaToH.
Yeah, and TaToH saves a lot of his fishing ships. Viper behind this, though, with limited fish. They've all been cleared up now, and making scouts has been able to have more or less consistent TC production.
Yeah.
Only 2 minutes of idle TC time. He got the 3rd TC up. and he's got the villager lead. So Viper has played this really, really well. He's buying food now just to keep them running, and he's going into light cav as the organ guns come in from TaToH. Kind of sneaking their way in there. Viper didn't even notice that. Gray, maybe, color gray coming into effect.
Yeah, Viper getting light cav. Viper, though, clearing up fish, and what a great job from the snake. Just never letting TaToH breathe. And this is now looking like a situation where TaToH can maybe get away with a bit of fish in the north, but apart from that, he'll need farms. No horse collar for him, something Viper already thought of. TaToH's demo misses! Misses completely, and Viper goes in with the light cav against the organs now.
Yeah, he's paying attention to the organ gun micro, and he's going to be able to take out 3 light cav, it looks like here. Maybe if he gets the shot. Viper microing away from the shot consistently. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh my goodness.
Dude, just get a, as you would say, get a life.
There we go. Yeah.
Get a life, bro. There he goes. He's going to clear that up. To be honest, though, Dave, I never felt like 3 organs was ever the number.
No, it's a distraction, right? It's a distraction. And TaToH cleared, his fishing ship's cleared on the bottom side, but he's still adding more at the top. And he's redocked there, too.
Yeah.
It's like, I got gill nets. Wood is cheap. I might as well just use it. And I'm going to get some extra food eco. That means I have to invest less onto farms. He's on 3 TCs as well. Pushing forward with some more organs now. He's got 381 stone with 7 on there. So maybe think about a second castle soon.
I think Viper...
This is a really clinical game from both.
Dude, I don't want to jinx it, but this is giving me chills right now.
Yeah.
When I look at their pops, at one point it was 42 for both. Now it's 73 for both. I mean, it's just been neck and neck the whole way. And still, we're seeing all the bonuses at play too, which is so cool. The organ guns, the cheap villagers for Indians. And that's going to be the concern for Viper now, is can he keep these villas alive? As that wood line seems like a perfect spot for TaToH to maybe think about a second castle.
Yep. And Viper actually behind this got 3 relics.
Yeah, crazy.
Like what?
He did the same against Yo, and it was like...
Yeah.
I feel like the monks would have been so useful in other areas, but he's just, nope, going around getting the relics.
Well, if you want that castle up, you're going to have to get it up soon, because Viper is going for 2 more stables.
Yeah.
And the organ guns are there, but once he gets a significant mass of light cav, he can converge on that. It'll be really good. I also love the fact that Viper keeps adding fishing ships, and I love the fact that TaToH is now looping around with some fires as well to completely negate that investment if he notices it. Oh my goodness, dude.
This is next level stuff, Dave. Now, the thing is, Indians have a weakness here because they can't make knights. And light cav, while they do well against archers with Indians, they don't have any bonuses against siege weapons like this. And organ guns are about to shred Viper's TC. So I think Viper has some real concerns on land at the moment, which has probably led to TaToH being able to hit him on water.
And there's the castle. There it is.
No reaction from Viper, Dave. He was so distracted on land, so worried about addressing this, that he lost those fishing ships.
Yep. And TaToH... Well, Viper will see the villager and the redocks in the north. TaToH actually deletes the vill before Viper can convert it. Probably a good idea, considering how annoying Viper could be in that position with a villager. And TaToH sending quite a few villagers forward. This is likely not going to be a doubt castle, as there's all those organs there to support. Viper will get some vision on that castle, and he'll lose the dock. It'll cancel the fishing ships being produced there. TaToH going to be in a good position. I think now is the time with a forward castle like this where you start banking up res and think about going to Imperial Age.
Yeah, and you're only spending wood and gold right now on organ guns and on navy, so it feels like TaToH's resources will probably spike. Viper, though, buying stone and now going to drop a castle on the other side as he wants to loop in here. I think this castle still goes up, surely.
This castle goes up unless TaToH gets really, really distracted by the light cav. The light cav close in. There's no walls there from TaToH. The castle will likely not go up. Will it?
It looks like the perfect engagement for Viper there to hit every villager, but he's losing so much. I think there will still be a villager remaining here.
Oh, 1 villager, 2 villagers there to complete that castle. The castle from Viper goes up, but not in range of those vills. The castle will finish for TaToH. He manages to get it complete, and look at his resources and look at Viper's resources. Both players thinking the same thing. Okay, I have a castle right beside my enemy's castle.
Yep.
We need to go up to the next stage.
The issue for Viper is...
What does he do against organs?
Yeah, besides the Trebs, exactly, what does he do against organs? He needs to think wisely about this TC that he chooses to go Imperial Age, because I feel like all of them could be a problem as he chooses the one on fire underneath the castle.
And I love the play from TaToH to go after these stables. Force Viper to make more stables in the back. Don't let him start building up cavalry numbers. Viper is making one mangonel, and that's it. These organs could even take out this TC.
Yeah, exactly.
Run into the eco there. Like, holy, this is looking really good for TaToH. He goes for another TC on the right side. So TaToH has supreme map control here as a great position on Viper's base. I think the only thing for TaToH is send a few more villagers forward to repair that castle.
Well, you've also got some concerns here with, like, what if you're not paying attention? Because the organ guns stack. The Viper can get some hits in here. TaToH notices this now. He's going to fire at the mangonel. Viper not actually shooting, and TaToH dodging the shot. Well played.
Micro there. Great micro. TaToH also coming around the left-hand side with more vills. He's got organ guns on the wood line. I think Viper is waiting for his Imperial Age text before he makes a unit, but TaToH even going for a watchtower over there. Should probably wall those villagers in. And because Viper's waiting for the text, it means he has nothing to counter this pressure in the transition period.
The outpost from TaToH on the left of his castle is so underrated.
Yep.
If you look at his vision as a whole right now, he knows that Viper's stuck here. And he knows that if he keeps Viper here for another 5-10 minutes, he's got this game.
Viper has no gold.
True.
He has no gold. It's over. It feels very over in this situation. Unless Viper can get something really good going with these light cab. He's taking out a few organs, which is great. Probably going to lose that TC. He'll have enough gold for one trebuchet.
Dude, these organ guns are insane. And also, it's organ guns with better eco. Like, this eco is really well played. We should also point out that Viper cleared out TaToH's fish at one point, but in the north, but I'm not sure that matters. Viper can make one treb, Dave, but does this give him an answer to the organs? I don't think so.
I think the organs can even run under that castle and kill the treb.
True.
To be honest.
Yeah, Viper's got to pull the treb to the left, I think, just to make it more difficult for TaToH.
TaToH not queuing up, or no, he's not an Imperial Age yet. I guess Viper was a little bit quicker than I thought. It's going to be an Imperial Age in 6 seconds. Think he needs villagers forward to repair that castle, like I said before. Needs to keep an eye on these organ guns as well as the light cav are thinking about going in.
Yeah, now the light cav do have... Oh my god, I thought it was imp armor. It was feudal armor. I'm so sorry.
It's feudal armor, dude. Yeah.
The icon looks the same. Well, I have the first armor upgrade now. And TaToH knows he's going to lose this forward position, so he just builds castles behind it, and he's going to research conscription there. Demo! Demo from Viper!
Oh my god, oh my god!
Are you kidding me? What is this, man? We have Viper dying to organ guns, and we have TaToH dying to demos. Like, are they playing on each other's accounts right now?
Oh my god, what a valuable hit there. How many organ guns went down? Like 7? To that one demo ship. Great stuff there from Viper. He's even attacking a castle with a mangonel. You hate to see it, but the castle will go down. Conscription got in, and TaToH going for walls behind this. I think just hold that gold in the middle. Viper has 2 tiles left on his little area and some stone. Hold this gold here and then play a slower game. Play a strategic game, get water control again, and Viper's going to be stuck.
The best version of Viper would make... Oh, he's making it! He's making a transport right now! He's sensing that TaToH's going to keep him trapped, and he's going to transport to the right. I love it. And he should bring some light cav over with the villagers. That way light cav can kill vills, and then he can fortify the position. Wow, man.
He might lose the trebs to the organ guns, though. He's actually attacking the organ guns with the trebs, and they miss both shots. He gets chemistry now, and he's like, run, 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 pack faster, please. Get out of here, please.
Yeah. And now will TaToH sense this, Dave? Because TaToH's done everything except for castle and wall up the other side. This is huge. Viper has a chance in this game if he can get the light cav across, because TaToH will be so distracted.
Yeah, he's only got 1 transport though. It can only carry 5.
5 at a time. Also, if Viper attacks a house immediately, TaToH should get a little attack signal. Yep. And we'll see if they do that.
Going for a castle on that gold. We talked about how important that gold was. Viper only has, what, 500 left in his main base with 300 in the bank. TaToH goes for a TC, so he definitely saw the light cav coming in. And I wonder what the counter is here from him.
Both players now, we basically have to look at each position and say who can stall it out the best. And I feel like TaToH, even if he just has to hop in and out of TCs, can probably stall out more than Viper can. Because Viper still can't deal with the organs. He still can't deal with the bomber cannons either. He's trying.
Carrying across 5 units at a time. It's just too...
Dude,
I think that's too intensive at this point in the game.
After Houseboat, these guys are used to it at this point. They're like 5 units at a time instead of 1 at a time. Let's go.
That castle's going to go down for Viper. The TC is going to go down. How many organ guns are here? We have 30 organ guns over here. Oh my goodness. It doesn't matter the raids that Viper gets with those 5 light cav in the back. He's not going to be able to stop this.
If anything,
he's building up light cav army here.
Yeah.
And he's sending it forward to raid again, but the organs can just run right in.
If anything, Viper killing villagers just gives TaToH more pop space for more organ guns at this point. As Viper's villagers are going to go down, the castle goes down for him, and Viper's hoping for a good engagement. He's going to have to take the engagement before Hussar. He can't afford Hussar, Dave, and this is only getting worse. His relics are there. All 3 of his relics are in that monastery.
That's his gold income right there. And Viper is even housed at 120 population. TaToH sitting at 158. TaToH with 41 military. And look at the gold value for him compared to Viper's army.
Yeah, it's insane. Absolutely insane. And the KD is just going to get worse and worse for Viper here. I do like the patience, though, because I think if he were to have fought 30 or 60 seconds ago, he probably would have lost the fight. So he's waiting for his mass, and there's some weak organs in there. So he maybe has an opportunity.
Like cav are coming in. This is Viper being like, okay, I might as well try. Because if I don't take out this army right here and now, it's over. And Viper looping around trying to get a good surround on the organ guns. It's actually decent. He takes out some bombard cannons.
That's a really good fight for Viper.
Yeah.
And Dave, he's going to have Hussars, or light cav, excuse me, on the other side because he's made stables there now. And the organ guns are suddenly gone. And Viper could take the military lead if he continues to make light cav like this.
That went way better than I thought it was going to go. And TaToH now has to regroup with his organ guns. He's going for barracks now. He's going for a castle over on the right side. If he manages to secure that gold and manages to hold the gold in the middle here, where the light cav are currently, he can still starve Viper this game.
Man, Viper game 1 Nomad versus Licks, absolute fighter, dude. And he's doing the same right now. The problem for Viper is still the same, though. He doesn't have space. He doesn't have map control. And TaToH's whole vision behind the castles and the walls has been simply that. And he's got pikemen now, TaToH, so if he can get the halbs out, I think that would be a good thing to accompany his organs with. And here he comes forward on the other side.
Yeah, and Viper was planning on going for a castle there. He's going to need to cancel that idea and put it somewhere else. Also, it's only a matter of time once TaToH secures everything with castles and whatnot that he gets back on water.
True.
It starts ranging Viper's base, too. Viper is so stuck over on this one side here. TaToH has kept him penned in, and despite Viper's efforts to escape, he is still in this little prison. And he's running out of wood. He's running out of farm space. He's out of gold already. He's out of stone. It's really rough for him. He's only got those relics.
Also, maybe it's too soon, but notice not a single Fatoria for TaToH. That just says, screw Fatorias. I've got eco for a reason. I'm going to use my units. And, oh, Viper, don't lose your bomber cannons on the front here.
It's good
don't
micro
lose them.
from TaToH. Good attack round there. Viper dodging around. Oh! Good shot.
Great shot, but he lost both of his, so.
It goes down anyway.
Yeah. Arquebus is in, Dave, so they will
Halberdier is in
have
too.
ballistics. Yeah, now Hal, but this is comp.
Yikes.
You'd need Cav Archer with Hussar, I think, if you're Viper, and he simply cannot afford that.
Yep. Yeah, Viper seems dead here. He made an attempt. It was really well played from him, but TaToH got the map position. And I think TaToH, you know, made use of the fishing that he could gain from taking water control. Even though Viper cleared it up at the end of the day and started adding some more of his own fish, TaToH transitioned onto land at the perfect moment. And Viper was just kind of stuck over here with just 1 gold. Didn't really secure the land north of his base for that extra gold and got punished for it.
You see Viper go in for maybe the final fight. The organ guns stack on top of each other, which helps TaToH here. And Viper barely kills anything in this engagement. Yeah, Viper's going to have to consider calling it here. He's still trying to do a loop-de-loop, but he calls the GG.
Well played.
And Viper loses his first game in this tournament for a while, and it is to TaToH, and yeah, TaToH played extraordinarily well there.
I think the only game he lost was against Licks, right?
The only game in the whole tourney, yep. To be fair, TaToH hasn't lost many either. I think TaToH only lost one, and he was against Project Belgium. So both players have been lights out leading up to the semis, and this seems like it's going to be possibly the best of the bunch in terms of how close it's going to be, because holy cow, that was good. And I think for Viper, I thought that the scouts would have stopped the organs from pushing forward, or the castle from coming forward. But TaToH's approach was actually macro heavy instead of going all in with the organs. And it was just so good how he took a little bit of map control, dropped a castle, a little bit of map control, dropped some walls. It's just methodical from TaToH.
What did the scouts accomplish there? I mean, they gave him good vision, but that could be got just from one scout, right? Viper made 3 of them.
True. Yep.
They didn't kill a villager. They pressured a little bit on the dock villager in the north, but that was about it. I guess it's just a tale of two worlds, right? We saw the scouts have great effectiveness against Yo, forcing that castle down right beside his TC.
Yep.
But for TaToH, like you said, just calmly walls up, takes water, puts a castle at home, gets organ guns out, and then he can safely come forward for the second one.
You know, and if we continue to make comparisons to the quarterfinal where Viper beat Yo when Yo was Koreans, Viper had a lot of monks in Castle Age there, and he was converting those wagons. In this game, Viper used his monks to get relics, but he didn't consider the redemption upgrade with his light cav, which might have been useful. Imagine if he's got a few more monks, a few more light cav, and redemption. Granted, it is expensive to get that tech, but maybe you convert some of the organs, take an engagement, and if TaToH doesn't get that forward castle up, maybe Viper has more gold and can get into cav archer. But
also, you have to ask yourself the question, like, are Indians really that good?
Well,
Nomad to justify picking them here? I mean, he
had
a great uptime, right?
The problem is Viper's so good he can win with any civ. And so we saw the weakness of Indians finally, but up until this point, Indians have looked pretty darn unbeatable for him. So I agree with you. I think we did see some Indian weaknesses here, not being able to make knights hurt, and also no real water bonuses at play.
Okay, I've seen the civs for game number 2, Viper's home map mired, and I think we're seeing a signature Viper moment here, and a TaToH moment, because these are not the ones that I expected coming in. Oh my god, TaToH has gone gray again.
Okay, so I've seen the civs as well, and I'm shocked, but before we hop in, let's just talk about this. Mongols was banned by TaToH. That's a global ban across the board. The other civ that you would typically see would be Berbers, and then we've also seen Goths or Mayans, I'd say. So the civs are out there that you would expect, but that's not what we'll have here. It's like they agreed to go and break the meta here for us.
Honestly, I wonder if Viper thought TaToH was going to pick Goths, and TaToH thought Viper was going to pick Berbers for this. So they were trying to like counter pick around.
It's possible, but if you're good to go, I am, Dave, as we start the second game, excuse me.
And I'm at 10 seconds. I'm ready. If you do the countdown, we've got Byzantines against Bohemians here, friends.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Now.
And this is mired. Welcome to game number 2. Both players are going to try and find a good TC spot. Viper will likely find a woodline. Yeah, it goes right towards that. TaToH not TCing on the woodline. That pond is going to be very annoying for him, taking away his wood. He's got to be frustrated about that a little bit. He's TCing right beside all of the boars, and their players are going to fight for these. And they can block with the horse. They can scout their opponent with the horse. They cannot attack with that.
Both of these civs are insane with castle age pressure if it gets there. Byzantines with their cheap trash. Bohemians with their monks. Bohemians with the ability to get chemistry with insane crossbow skirm play. So probably things we shouldn't talk about right now because it will be all focused on the boards. But what do you think about TaToH's TC? Because he does have a shorefish there, but he's pretty far away from wood.
It's kind of like one of the Mongol TCs that we've seen, right? He does have a reed tree with 50 wood right beside it, and he does have a shorefish there.
Yeah.
So it's not terrible, right? He'll be able to get himself enough wood to get a lumber camp up, which he'll need at some point anyway. But always, I would prefer TCing on the wood, but that means Viper is further away from the boards. And TaToH can take these first 3 really safely without Viper blocking at all.
Also, we've seen a lot of sets where a player uses a different civ than what others have gone for on maps, and then they lose, and then we're like, why, right? If Viper loses here, he's had Berbers, which is proven on this map. Faster villagers, very much helps here, and this map typically is all about castle age pressure. So just something to think about if Viper actually loses this game. Is he trying to be a little too tricky with the Bohemians?
Like, look at this. Viper has to be careful about losing HP to the TC.
Yeah.
So that's 4 boars that TaToH can get in completely safely. And basically, you only need 4 boars to have a really good start on this map. And you're getting 40% of them anyway. And meanwhile, Viper has to walk all the way out to Kansas with his villager to pull these in. So if you're questioning TaToH's TC spot, that's exactly why he put it there.
Yeah. Now, there will be downsides to that TC later on, too, as Viper's going to take 2 boars. I like it. TaToH was late to realizing that. But yeah, TaToH, when he goes to get wood, Dave, is going to be exposed. Unlike a lot of these other Nomad generations where the TCs go up on a wood line and you can't raid the wood, Viper will be able to do that.
Yep. TaToH bring in another boar, he's going to have 5, at least. So he's already secured himself basically 50% of the boars. There's 2 of them right near his TC. I don't think Viper goes out for those. And he's going to wait for Viper to come out for this one in the middle. Viper does have Loom.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't necessarily like how TaToH's trying to hide that his horse is here. Here comes Viper for 2, the final 2 in the middle, and TaToH's going to try and block. This could easily be a dead villager.
This is going to get real messy here. As TaToH tries to block this villager, if he blocks it enough, both boars will be attacking it. Don't get him to the land where Viper can do the palisade trick or house trick. Oh my god, Viper is at 1 hit away, and he doesn't get it! He doesn't get it, Tristan! TaToH managing to kill the villager from Viper. Both those boars go back, and I wouldn't be surprised to see TaToH send a villager now. Great blocking from him.
And honestly, Dave, if that's a Berberville, the Ville survives, right? So like that talking point, it very much needs to be remembered. And I think TaToH will actually be very happy with that because he has enough food to do whatever he wants to do. He's killed a villager. He's not going to lose any now. So he'll just focus on his horse in the middle and then try and think about what he wants to do in feudal age.
Dude, TaToH is going to have, what, 6 boars under his TC plus that shorefish.
Yeah, that's amazing.
His food eco is going to be insane. And Viper's already down 1 villager, and Viper was forced to get Loom early, too. Look at the villager lead right now. 15 to 12.
Also, the last attempt for Viper, he didn't use his horse to block the boar like he is now. So that's maybe something else you can question. But I think Viper should be able... I mean, hopefully for him, he can get this in. But TaToH blocking like a madman. Don't tell me. No, TaToH, you're too close to the TC.
No,
you're too close.
TaToH. Yeah, you don't want to lose your horse here. You do not want to lose your horse. That's valuable scouting information early. You can see what your opponent is going for as Viper goes out to stone. So I guess he can't see any gold, right?
I think he's going FC, honestly. I think after this start, okay, maybe he's going to make the lumber camp now, but with the walling, Dave, and with how we've seen TaToH go fast castle, I think maybe both players surely had some conversations with TaToH. We know that TaToH trained the most with TaToH. Maybe they consider fast castle here, but TaToH should go aggressive with this lead, I think. You kill a Ville, go for it.
TaToH had so many boars, and his food count doesn't even look that high. Well, I say that, and then I look over at Viper's food count. Never mind.
TaToH lost his horse, though. TaToH did lose his horse, so that's the first mistake from TaToH here.
Yeah, so now Viper will know that, and Viper can choose to go for a few things that maybe he wouldn't have gone for before because of TaToH getting vision on it, a.k.a. the full walls. And TaToH will be in the dark.
Oh my god, dude.
What Viper is up to.
TaToH, with all this preparation, surely you know there's tigers out here. There's 2 tigers that could kill villagers, and there's no Loom for TaToH. Okay, he's getting Loom now. What is this build for TaToH, though? It's like in between fast feudal and in between fast castle. I'm really unsure.
With Byzantines, I wonder what he's planning on going into right away.
Oh, he just got Loom for the tiger.
Well, I mean, TaToH saw the clip. Clearly, he's been watching backed versus cap watch.
This is pretty wild how the meta again has just changed. Earlier on, we saw a lot of archer play, Dave. Man-at-arm archer.
Early aggression.
We saw scouts, but the GL players are just like, nah, not really about that, actually. I think we can just wall that out. And it will be FC. And if it's FC, I feel like that's Viper's way. Obviously, this has been an awkward start for him. But I feel like that's a good opportunity with his Civ to come back into things. Because I think you can do more devastating things with Bohemians off of Fast Castle. Safe gold for Viper. He's got the stone there, too. You always could think about the castle for Viper.
I just took a drink, and it went down the wrong way, and I almost died.
Dude, there's this, I don't know what it is, but that's been happening more and more to me this year. And I don't know if that's a thing when you get older, that you just, like, your body starts to forget basic things. But I swear to God, like, once a month, this is probably mainly due to me being an idiot, I will take a drink of water and do exactly that. And I never did that in my teens. I don't understand.
I think you just get lazy, you know?
That's probably what it is.
Thinking about other things. Like, as I get older, I just notice myself getting more and more lazy.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because I was really lazy when I was younger, so I'm scared for the future.
Yeah, I mean, like...
Honestly frightened.
I guess also, as a caster, we want to sip our water and get back to casting as quickly as possible, so that could be part of it.
Yeah.
But
TaToH is going to get to the feudal age here, and should be in a position to click up right away with the hunt at the back. He's got 3 on gold. He's got a berry bush at the back, too. Viper, in the meantime, will get his eco upgrades, and we'll just chill, I suppose.
Yeah.
He's not going for any military right away. Goes for that market. And I wonder if he goes onto stone here, or if he just goes for some sort of monk play. I don't know. It's going to be a little bit strange from him.
I think he's going to sell his stone. I think he knows that TaToH's FC, and you can't do anything in feudal then if you're Viper. So this will become Fast Castle versus Fast Castle. Viper clearly doesn't have the food to go up. So sell your stone, buy food, and then I think we're going to see Monk Siege from Viper. Something nutty. Because that's all Bohemians can really do in my eyes.
Mm-hmm. But Byzantines have options against that, right? So
yeah,
we'll see what TaToH decides to go for. Is it going to be in like an archer range here?
I don't think he should show Viper. I think whatever military building he chooses, I can understand why he chooses stable, because you might expect monks, but I personally would have preferred to see him go blacksmith in that spot, and then build the stable back behind this to hide this from Viper, because now he knows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look, Viper's there already, and Viper's like, okay, so he expects monks from me, and now Viper might consider the need to add a barracks so he could add some spearmen.
TaToH's economy looking really good right now. As soon as the stable and blacksmith are up, he's able to click up to the castle age. He's timed it almost perfectly. A little bit of idle TC time, but he is up right now.
Wow.
Adding horse collar. He had so much food from the start, not only from the boars, but also from that nice little shorefish that was right nearby, or the box turtles or whatever it is. And Viper will follow a little bit after him, but TaToH still has the villager lead.
Should we be questioning the fact that Viper didn't take his berries at all until just now? Because, I mean, he's missing food. It's a weird timing on the berries, considering TaToH's been on berries. TaToH also took hunt. I guess TaToH also has farms, so I don't know.
He queues up another villager. Okay, now he's buying. He's selling. He's trying to get enough to go up, and he should be able to go up after this. But TaToH already with the scout on the field.
Yeah.
He's going to get some more information. Remember, he lost his horse early, so I really like the scout edition, especially if he suspects Viper of going a monk siege push here.
Yeah.
And this is going to give him tons of information. He's going to see the full walls, know where he can push.
His eco is insane.
Yeah, his eco is nuts, dude.
I personally would expect monks here. I think that's a play that you'd expect from Bohemians regardless. So I think TaToH's going to be searching the sides even, looking to see if there's any like forward villagers that are going to go for siege monk. Don't see that from Bohemians. I don't think any of their other bonuses make sense. Chemistry and Castle Age is great and all, but Byzantines can just go cheap skirms. So what does that even do? There's TaToH. You could do everything with this. He could boom.
I think you boom here.
And
yeah. He goes for a second TC, goes for a monastery. I just wonder if this third TC comes down or if he stays on 2 for the time being. Looks like he wants a third one.
Yeah. And I think Viper will boom too. You know, at this point, he's going to have decent scouting of what TaToH's doing with that horse. So he sees the monastery, he'll see the TC. And it's been a little slow for Viper, but he will have the resources to drop TCs straight away here. And We'll see what Bohemians do. I mean, there is a point where Bohemians can kind of kill everything in the game. If they can get to their Halb, Arb, and Hufnitze, there's not many civs that can counter that.
Well, Byzantines are pretty good, though, right? They have a lot of Imperial Age options. They have a big tech tree, and especially if TaToH utilizes, as we've seen before, if Viper goes for 3 TCs immediately and University, if TaToH utilizes the water control in the middle to gain map control, it could work as well.
Why
Both
University?
of these civs have a good tech tree. I don't know why you wouldn't just go Monastery into the upgrades
Fervor.
for your vills.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Fervor and Sanctity apply to your vills. Certainly you'd want to get... Oh, watch Viper. He's going to try and trap TaToH's scouts behind his own gate here. TaToH might actually fall for this. Oh, no, and TaToH keeps the gate open.
Oh, what? What was that from both of them? Oh my god. High-level Age of Empires, my friends.
Yeah. So, okay, Viper goes chemistry, and now he's adding a barrack. So here are my concerns for Viper. He's just put like 400 or 500 wood into these buildings, and then 300 food and 200 gold into chemistry. So he really needs to find reward from this, and I think
he goes for a barracks now. Like what?
He's probably going to
Where's
add
the
archer range.
There's the monastery finally.
Yeah. I mean, it's very rare that we disagree with Viper, and it also makes us look bad because clearly he's more knowledgeable and better than us. But I feel like I would have done the opposite order. I would have gone Monastery for the upgrades. I would expand my eco a bit more, and then get Chemistry and the Barracks, the Archer range soon after that. But let's see. Viper may be worried that TaToH has the boom lead, and TaToH certainly does have that lead right now.
Look at the exploration from TaToH. He's even getting Fervor for his monks to get the relics in right away.
Nice.
He sees the other relic over on the right side, so he's got one monk bringing that back, one monk bringing the relic back in the north, and then he's going to grab that one. The final relic, I believe, is in Viper's base. Yes, it is. So he can't get that one just yet, but he has a really, really good economy.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep an eye on the idle TC time. It's actually been very low for Viper, impressively low. And he is making hand cannons, and this is the only civ that can make hand cannons in Castle. He's also hidden this from TaToH. And TaToH has not yet sent any vills to stone. He doesn't have an archer range for skirms. So if Viper waits till he's got like 5 to 6 cannons before he moves out, or even more, I could definitely see TaToH getting surprised by this.
Oh, there's another relic in the south TaToH can get, okay. And TaToH goes for a siege workshop. Forward.
Oh boy,
Ooh,
dude.
Might get caught off guard here by the hand cannons.
He just doesn't know, does he? This is going to surprise TaToH. Maybe TaToH's thinking that, kind of along the lines of what I said, that the hand cannons would come later, if anything. Hand cannons are great against Mangonels. This is going to be a good opportunity for Viper to push out.
Viper going for another archer range. He's just going to mass hand cannons. Never would I ever have thought to see this.
Yeah.
In Age of Empires, you know, a full hand cannon army in Castle Age. But that's what the Bohemians can do. And TaToH might catch a glimpse of this with the monk. Yep, he does. He's going to try and convert one of them. Viper is on the way out with villagers. TaToH does not get that. Viper deletes it. Now TaToH goes for a Mangonel, but the Mangonel is going to look not so great against it. And what is the response at his home? He goes for another monastery. Okay, so he's going monks against hand cannons here.
This is really good from both players now. So TaToH is just now completing a TC on stone. I think he's going to go guard tower defense. I love the house walls too. That buys him some extra time. And then Viper, upon realizing the forward siege is kind of useless, goes for a forward siege workshop so he can pressure. So this is just, again, just like game one. Perfect play from both in their positions.
TaToH goes for a dock. Perfect.
That's smart.
Good. Good. If he gets guard towers around, the only place the hand cannons can really push in is through the middle here.
Yeah.
So a dock is worth it, even just to let Viper know that you have that potential, and Viper will need to switch up his push to some other side, right?
Dock goes up. You know what's going to come out of that. There's a demo, so now Viper has to avoid there.
Well, he's just going to keep a garrison in there, so Viper has no idea how many demos are in there, when it's going to come out. He just needs to respect that. And Viper now coming with a ram on the top side. TaToH, though, with 4 monks, already has a tower on the way. Viper trying to bust in through the south. Does kill that palisade wall, so now he has an opportunity to run through TaToH's base.
TaToH's got some monks here, but he just got 2 conversions, so they don't all have faith. Viper can do a lot with this much time. He's completely untouched at home behind this. TaToH worried now. Another monk goes down. And Viper was able to bypass the dock and get through. He doesn't know there's a tower here, though. He will have to avoid that.
Splits into the tower. He's closing the gap, and now he can sit under it, and he can actually kill that tower with the rams and the hand cannon. TaToH going for another tower here. Ungarrisons his monks. Goes for the conversions.
This got out of hand really fast for TaToH here. But Viper still might not be able to push. Yeah.
Yeah, he might lose everything once his tower is up.
It's such a weird one.
Super distracted, though. Super distracted here. There's so much to look at.
Remember, Viper's untouched at home, right? Like, that is so valuable to him. He's completely untouched.
It's a mangonel in this wood line.
Okay, yeah, you're good call there. So, yeah, there's the little counterattack. But, Dave, like, I'm not so certain that this next wave from Viper can't kill TaToH. TaToH can't deal with this.
Well, the demos can hit the rams.
Viper.
And Viper pulls them. Look, he pulls them away to the other side, too. Nice. Good stuff there from Viper. More guard towers around. Monks are not enough to deal with the hand cannons, although they can't hit that monk. Okay, finally, they get a connection. And now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guard towers in TaToH's base that you need to be careful of.
Look at the worker efficiency at the moment. I'm actually surprised it's 47% for TaToH. I think it's going to keep dipping. And for Viper, it's just going to get better and better.
He's going to go for a forward castle here.
This is so good for Viper. Oh, there's a big of a shot there for Viper as he took out the hand cannons that were converted earlier. But the relics are going to be gone for TaToH. The monks die for TaToH. Here come the Vils. I think he could even run into TaToH's base and build the castle if he wants to.
The Rams were such a good addition here.
So smart.
From Viper. So good. I think Viper needs to be careful with this castle. He doesn't reveal it too early before all the Vils are there, and he's sending a ton of villagers.
Yeah.
Because TaToH had the guard tower research, right? So he could always place one there. Monastery is down, so the relics are gone now from TaToH. Worker efficiency for him actually fairly high. Higher than Viper right now. But damn, he's got so many Vils garrison, and he needs to deal with this castle somehow.
The value from these armies is he's going to complete this castle. And if that castle completes, he can do anything. He can go up to Imp. He could stay in Castle Age, continue to make rams, continue to make hand cannons, and just continue to drop castles. I struggle to see what TaToH can do as he just now adds an archery range. So if he would have had skirms out, this would have been fine. Just never expected this. Committed fully into the boom and getting the relics, Dave. And Viper's Castle Age pressure has been nuts.
Goes for another guard tower. Viper loses 2 hand cannons to the tower. And some more to the TC, I think.
Yeah,
so that's good for TaToH. He'll finally clear up this army, and he can deal with the Rams. He's going for more stone in the south. He's just trying to rat it out here. Viper looping around with more hand cannons in the south as the castle is now up. Oh my goodness. Viper is on one right now.
TaToH could get Bodkin, Dave, but he doesn't want to spend the res because he knows Viper's probably imping right now. So this is a really crucial moment. Yeah, he's buying wood. That's not the resource I thought he would buy.
TC. Yeah, another TC. He's got so many guard towers here. If there's any consolation, Viper can't really raid his economy right now. There's so many guard towers.
Yeah, true. But investing the guard towers to just keep these Vils alive and keep them in Castle Age.
And he has 100 still, somehow.
But Viper will have bombard cannons. Viper will have trebs. There's no potential for a counterattack for TaToH. This is insane. Viper denies a TC. Does lose some hand cannons on the other side. Well, this has answered the question of why Bohemians, hasn't it? Because the start for Viper was so rough compared to TaToH. And man, has he made this look good.
Also could question the commitment to monks for TaToH here against the hand cannons, right? Couple rams and suddenly all of your buildings are gone and your monks are being sniped by the hand cannons, and another castle coming up from Viper on the north. TaToH really struggling to defend. TaToH going for a TC in the south. Snuck those villagers away somehow. So he's just going to rat it out here with guard towers. We've seen him do it before. Can it work against a player like Viper, though?
Viper has pretty good awareness on where TaToH is except for the south. He's even dropping a tower. It's like a random tower on the stone. TaToH has to make another one. How many does he have right now? 10.
He's got
10 guard towers.
Yeah, and he's going to deny that one, right? Surely he denies that. Surely he... Oh, it goes up. But it's just a watchtower. Who cares?
Viper's going supplies! But why? Why would he want to go infantry here? Not that it matters. Maybe he just
Against
wanted to see if
guard
we'd swing
towers?
supplies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not like TaToH would go pikeman, but maybe he's thinking TaToH will go skirms. And Bohemians have really poor stable units. So he's maybe thinking to go champions against any skirms that might be out there.
TaToH with the 13th guard tower, or 11th or whatever guard tower on the way. TaToH's been housed so many times this game simply because Viper rammed down so much of it. He takes out that tower from Viper so he can get back on the stone so he can afford more guard towers.
Yeah. And TaToH is imping, Dave. He is imping. They have the same vill count, though.
And he has 116 vills somehow after all of this.
I think what's funny is I think TaToH will add like 3 or 4 more ranges, and then he's going to go skirms, and then the champion play is just going to come in and swoop the victory for Viper. And he's getting Hufnitze, which, again, I think shows how far ahead he is, because that takes 2.5 minutes, and that just makes the bombard cannon stronger.
Yep. Got to be careful with those, though. Very, very expensive upgrade. If you lose them for free, it's not looking so good. But I think he's got a good position with the hand cannons in the north that he can use them. Take out all the guard towers and push into this farming eco that TaToH has invested so much in.
Yeah.
He loses this position. TaToH, it's going to be really hard for him to replace that.
TaToH probably wishes he was Bohemian, so when his villagers run from TC to TC, it'd be a little faster here.
TaToH is going Arbalist and not Skirmisher.
Okay.
So the champion play might not look like the greatest thing against those as TaToH continues to expand to the south. I think Viper is tracking that, though.
Yeah. I love this. TaToH refuses to give up. Just like Viper in game 1, just trying every single thing they can do. But TaToH's he's got enough military coming out where maybe this is possible. Hand cannons are also very weak against ARBs, so Viper will need more units than just the champs.
I'd be nervous, though, if I was TaToH going into ARBs and my opponent has Hufnitze.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's going to see it right now. It's going to be like, oh, against Viper with this unit? Oh, my goodness. Potential for everything to die. Viper is in the middle of his base, and I think TaToH just noticed that Hufnitze, and he taps out at 122 villagers. Crazy strategy here from Viper on the map that we think of with early aggression.
Yeah.
And just booming up behind with Bohemians. Losing that villager early, having to get Loom early, not as much food as TaToH, and still taking the victory.
And it was just... He put his foot on the gas a bit faster than you would normally see in a boom v boom war. And it made the difference because TaToH was in the better position. He was prepping for the late game. But what TaToH never expected was for the hand cannons to come out. The Siege Workshop was a clear sign, right? He thought Viper was just booming back there. He wanted to apply pressure himself while booming behind, and Viper just quickly dealt with that and changed the game. And, you know, a hand cannon, I think it could have looked bad if TaToH opened skirm or something, but it completely counted everything that TaToH was planning for.
TaToH was in a fantastic position, too, when Viper started going into that, right? He was grabbing all the relics. He was fully walled. He was looking good, 3 TCs. Just nothing to counter the hand cannons, just the guard towers, and the Rams completely negated those. So great stuff there from Viper. We will go into game number 3 here pretty soon. And let's take a look at the Civ draft and the map draft as we go to TaToH's first home map.
Well, Viper...
What does he have? He's got Compass and Houseboat.
Yeah, so Viper has had some interesting civs utilized so far. And TaToH has Compass, Houseboat, so you're thinking... Well, Chinese is actually phenomenal on both of those, so I think we're going to see Viper's first civilization utilized. Again, a civ that GL players either played with or always banned up until this series, because, of course, TaToH playing against Viper, who has them. I mean, if I'm TaToH, I'm just terrified of Chinese.
Yep.
And so you're thinking, what's my best way to counter Chinese? And I think you go Houseboat, you go for Mayans, which is solid, and you hope Viper uses Chinese there. Because if Viper uses Chinese there, I think Mayans have a slight edge.
Yeah, but you saw what Viper did with Malay yesterday on Houseboat.
Very true. Very true.
I think the question for me is if Viper goes for Malay on Houseboat, how does TaToH do anything differently with the Mayans? Does he go for a Leary approach and go for Eagles first? Unlikely they're going to get in there like they did against Doubt.
Yeah.
Or does he go for a Mr. Yo approach and try and take back the water later? I feel like there's an opportunity for him to go aggressive early with Mayans to take the water from the Malay, since Viper would likely be up later, but let's get into it. I see the civs here. It is indeed going to be Houseboat, and it is indeed going to be Malay against Mayans here. TaToH continues to play in the gray. I'm going to wait for you at 10 seconds here, Tristan.
Alrighty. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Dave. Unlike in previous sets where Yo played against Viper and maybe wasn't sure how Viper would play it with Malay, TaToH knows. Because TaToH trains with Doubt. Doubt did the exact same strategy. And I imagine it's not like just TaToH and Doubt are talking. I imagine, especially earlier on, those three had conversations about this tourney. So you just mentioned it. What's the play going to be here? Because the way Viper seems to want to play with Malay is go double dock defense, bait the opponent into coming forward with docks. If they do so, defend it. And if they don't do so, fish boom. And to be honest, I don't know if there's a way to counter that. With someone that's so good at adapting like Viper, I think that Viper's going to get his 2 docks whether you like it or not. And I think that going forward against that is actually super risky. So, yeah, to answer your question, I think we see both players literally just sit back here and do absolutely nothing offensively with water.
We saw how important the water was to Viper's game plan yesterday when Yo came forward with that castle and Viper he must have made like 25 war galleys to defend his pond.
Yeah.
Just to defend the fish traps in his pond. And after he got it, when he was at 100 villagers, he was still adding fishing ships and fish traps. That's how important this area is to him. And I think that's his win condition, that he keeps it safe. Now, Mayans do have a good boom of their own. Can go probably into the better unit composition. It's just, can they compare if they don't have the fishing ships that the Malay have and the fish traps? Maybe with the Mayans, maybe what you want to do is boom up yourself with fish traps and fishing ships. And you know you're going to be a little bit further behind in eco, but you will have the better army composition.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, we had this discussion yesterday, right? Like, Mayans, they think they just focus on plumes or eagles here. And I think if you go into plumes specifically, that means that the Malay have to go into skirms, then you go into eagles, then they go into infantry, and I still think slight advantage to Mayans there. So, now, with all this said, TaToH is an intelligent player, and he might be thinking the same things we're thinking. So he might actually just assume Viper's going to sit back because that's what we talked about, or that's what would make sense for him, and then Viper could always flip the script and just run right over with the fast feudal.
Yep.
So
players are capable of that too.
Yeah.
With their faster uptimes, right? They can have a decent economy and still be there. Viper has already scouted the pond from TaToH. TaToH is just scouting around. He's found 2 water buffalo. Might find 2 more here. So that'll be good for him. He's not going to keep him on the outside like Yo yesterday. That was so weird.
That was so weird. Yeah. Well, so far so good for both players. It's been an even start. The TaToH with the Vil lead because he starts with 1 extra with the Mayans. And typically you'll be housed on any other map at 5 population, but on Houseboat you actually start with 1 singular house on the outer ring. So he just hasn't researched Loom yet. I'm wondering, I think if Viper starts to send more to wood right now, we'll know if he plays this like he did versus Yo.
He's got 5 villagers on shorefish on the outside.
Yeah.
It's crazy food income from him.
If I recall, he had about 8 on wood, maybe even 9 at this point yesterday. So it wouldn't surprise me if Viper is not going for the full fish boom then. What about TaToH? TaToH's got 7 on wood with Mayans. So, I mean, it's just 1 more. We're trying to split hairs here, but we'll find out soon. No, never mind. TaToH has Loom queued. I think TaToH's going to consider going forward. But he doesn't know where Viper is.
Yeah, well, he can assume where Viper is. He still doesn't see the front of his pond. I think he's looking for those water buffalo. He's going to meet up with the scout from Viper over on this side. Definitely searching over there. Viper has found TaToH really early. I think if TaToH wants to go forward, though, he needs to start scouting this pond.
Yeah, this eagle is crucial. I am questioning his decisions right now. He's going double lumber camp. Is he faking it? Is he going to actually send a Vil forward here? I mean, Viper is definitely staying in Dark Age for now. He's gone double lumber camp. And he can click up later because he advances quickly. I don't know what TaToH's plan is here with this fast of an uptime. This initially told me he'd go forward, but we haven't seen it yet. Maybe this is it.
Found the pond. Viper sends 2 villagers to the front. I think that's just for a dock there, though.
Yeah.
That'll give him really good vision with the Malay docks. It's like building an outpost with town patrol.
Yeah, and Dave, he also goes 4 to gold, or 3 to gold. Yep. And he's definitely going to play defensive against a rush here. So he's hoping that TaToH comes forward. Let's see if this works out. TaToH will see the Vils.
TaToH will see this with his eagle. Viper's going to spot that eagle as well. And TaToH goes for the other side, but it's not going to be hidden, my friend.
Yeah.
Malay docks, they'll be able to see everything. TaToH will get his dock down just as he reaches Feudal Age, not the timing that he wanted. And Viper will be able to produce ships immediately. He's going to have 1 fire galley on the way. Doesn't have enough gold for the second one. TaToH wisely walls in his Vils. Good job there, but they're going to be stuck in this area. I wouldn't be surprised to see Viper even wall this off.
He can't make a second dock, dude. If he tries to make a second dock, Viper will have the transport blocking it.
Yep.
And Viper will have his 2 Vils and the scout there. So this is really bad for TaToH, and this is the exact type of bait that Viper went into against Yo, and Yo just sat back.
Now I wonder if you're TaToH, you just keep a few units garrisoned in this stock, or do you continue with the water pressure here? Because both of those things accomplish the same thing, right? They force Viper to overinvest. But Viper isn't interested in overinvesting. He's adding fishing ships behind. So a bit of a calculated risk from him. He's going to have 1 galley and 2 fire galleys attacking this dock. And he's going to add fishing ships behind this. And TaToH is queuing up more. So TaToH is investing more than Viper thinks he is inside this one dock.
Also, TaToH, he added more fish as well. Granted, he doesn't have the efficiency and he doesn't have the long-term fish traps.
Viper's coming forward, but TaToH sees that.
I think Viper has no interest in trying to dock here. I could be wrong. TaToH's just showing him that there's a barracks here now. Yeah, and Viper's just going to go home. Smart move from Viper. It's just full defense. I know that Viper is known as, you know, the GOAT. But truthfully, where Viper excels, and this is Age of Empires 2 in general, scout the opposition, figure out what their strategy is, and just slightly expect and counter it. And that's precisely what he's doing.
Like calculated greed too. So he added 2 fishing ships from those docks, and then he went into more fire galleys and he built another dock on the other side, right?
Yeah.
So he's just adjusting his timings on things. He's gonna see this villager coming over here. TaToH wants to repair this dock. Doesn't want it to go down.
Honestly,
can kill the scout there and pops out with fire galleys now.
And the
has
demo
villagers
hits.
lured to repair. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. You get excited if you're TaToH, and then Viper already had 2 fire galleys on the way, so he kind of sensed it a little bit. But
second dock, though, TaToH realizes how important the pond is. We talked about that so much at the beginning, and he's got 4 villagers forward to repair. Can't quite reach that fire galley, though.
But, Dave, he has a presence here. He has a presence here. Him adding a barracks has forced Viper to think into a barracks, so Viper's got a barracks on the left. And now Viper can't freely fish boom. So this is a good play from TaToH. I don't think it's going to be easy for him unless he gets demo shots. But it is a good play from him.
You're disrupting the mojo, though, from the Malay player, right?
Yeah.
Viper wants this pond to be free. He wants to have those fishing ships working. He wants to be able to set up his fish traps free of risk. But TaToH now with 2 docks on here and a tower.
I like that.
Going to have a good position.
Yeah, and you're still untouched at home. If you're TaToH, he actually added a galley there. I don't know if it would really deny anything, but he's got some focus at home to think about defending. Viper close to clicking up to Castle Age, gets a 1-for-1 demo. That was a little fortunate. I don't think he actually was keeping an eye on his demo ship. It was headed towards the dock there.
There's eagles on the field from TaToH, but Viper will know about this because he had line of sight on that barracks. Eagle is going to go over, deal with that scout, and Viper is fully walled behind this, so no opportunity for TaToH to get in. Still, the fishing economy for Viper, not looking so hot here. with all 8 fishing ships trying to collect from that one shorefish.
Yeah.
And still forced to invest on water. Actually, he's cut water production.
I think there's a hole. Look at the house wall for Viper in the north. Click the houses, then click the trees. I think there's a tile gap between that.
There might be. There
Yeah,
might be.
I think he's got to check. What he should do is click his scout in, or he should click a villager out, and I think he's just done that.
He clicked a villager out, yeah.
Oh, but wait, he's going to make a stable.
and then he goes for the stable. Uh-oh.
I mean, if
Well,
TaToH can get a
not
big
over there.
engagement here,
Yeah.
this could be good for him. But he wants to obviously do this before Viper gets water tech in Castle Age.
Did you notice the dock on Viper's pawn? Maybe you said something about that. Or TaToH's pawn?
Totally noticed that. At 99.34%, yeah, you just don't listen to me.
Okay.
Totally noticed that. Totally noticed it. Wow,
That was close.
what a great job from TaToH. What's the point of having 2 people cast a game if we miss it?
Dude. Holy. 99.34%. I was like, what is this yellow dot over here? What is going on?
Well, you know what confused me is there's a lot of yellow dots on the shoreline because of the gold.
Yeah.
So I just, didn't think anything of it. It's right next to the gold, too.
That was a pretty good clutch. I mean, Viper could have been really annoying with that.
Okay, let's look at water units on the front. We've got 5 fires, 1 demo, 3 galleys for Viper. TaToH has 2 fires out, 2 fires in, 3 fires in plus demo. Big demo, but actually TaToH can save that with repairs.
Yeah, it's going to cost some wood and gold, though. It's a pretty good spot for Viper to send demos in. There's really no risk for him, right? He's going to get the fire galleys there, and that's why TaToH is keeping his dock's garrison here. He's still 45 seconds away from Castle Age. Viper is there already, and Viper chosen not to get the war galley upgrade. He's going to go for an extra TC first.
Also, sniping the repair villagers, which is not easy to do. And the TaToH saves it. And man, if Viper doesn't get his water techs, he could lose all of his fish here. He has to be real careful because he doesn't know how much is in.
Oh my god! Everything comes out at the same time. It was a good demo from Viper, but some good demos from TaToH as well. Viper's got the TC to support. He's got the galleys there, but still, he's losing his fire galleys. He's just now getting more galley. Could lose a lot of fish in this interim period, but I think he's done enough to hold.
Well, we'll see. Viper had a lot of time there to get the tech stave. Instead of that, though, what he ended up doing was he made some knights with melee. So knight headed over now. We'll see if that does anything. But I think Viper actually will lose water now, unless he pops out with the demo, because it'll be 4 fires versus 2. But I could be wrong, man. The repairs are going to be so tricky.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really tough. Also, a couple demo shots could change everything. Viper loses a fishing ship. I think the key here is that the knight is walled out at TaToH's base, and all the pressure is on Viper currently.
Yeah, I agree. Also, I don't know if that eagle found a hole or not, but the eagle's there as Viper. There you go. Gets a demo. But again, the pressure's there.
He's held really well against this, and he's kept his war galleys alive, supporting his fires in front. Really great stuff there from the snake. Knight is looping around now that it has no options, and let's check and see what TaToH is doing behind this. He's sending villagers forward. He's going to go... Okay, he's going to go for a castle near his base.
I like it. I like it. I think you're doing everything you can against melee currently on water.
Yep.
The worst thing you could do is build a castle forward and then lose that later on if Viper has good eco. And Viper's got incredible eco. He's got 18 on food somehow. He still has his fish traps. He's actually going to hold water maybe.
I don't think he knows how many ships are in here from TaToH.
Yeah. Oh! Those are actually some really bad demos for TaToH.
Yeah, get the fish traps. Get the fishing ships. Don't go 1 for 1.
Oh, there's another demo. That one lands. Now the fires arrive, and suddenly TaToH's back in business. And man, what a series this is. This is amazing Nomad play. And again, I say Viper could lose water, but maybe he'll turn around and just defend it again.
Yeah, there's another demo ship. Viper wants to snipe that before it gets in on him, but he took some extra hits from the fires. He's got a demo of his own. That's going to be a great demo from Viper. It's always these last-second holds from Viper on water, and he's managed to keep his fish alive. He's managed to keep those fish traps working, and TaToH is still investing here, but once again, the pressure is on Viper, and now there's plumed archers coming out from TaToH. He's still working on that house with the eagle. He could actually get through there at some point. Viper, of course, with the town center behind.
Viper has committed so much to just holding an area he kind of,
Yep.
you could say, should have had in the first place. He owns this land, right? And TaToH is going map control with plumes. He's got an eagle patrolling on the other side. Just feels like Viper is just stuck right now, and he only has 7 fishing ships on fish traps, not the 15 or 20.
Yeah, but
that he
he's
was
adding
looking
3
for.
more now. If you give him a couple minutes, he could be up to like 15, 20
Yeah.
fishing ships, right? If TaToH ever loses this pressure on water.
Now the plumes and the eagles may be switching to the left. Viper has yet to really expand, but he's still on 2 TCs.
Take on the monk from TaToH.
Or was
trying to
that
go up for
right
that
there?
relic.
Yeah.
This is a crazy set. Like,
This is
both players are
amazing.
playing amazing.
Yeah. Like, if I'm Doubt right now, I'm worried. Because, Doubt played extraordinarily well, and I'm pumped for it. Don't get me wrong. But whoever's going to face him in the finals is going to be firing on all
Viper
cylinders.
Has enough for a castle. Imagine he deletes his TC and builds a castle in the middle. That'd be so funny, man. It wouldn't really serve him much purpose. It would fully secure the water, but that would be hilarious.
If he kills this army on the left right now, I think he castles the left. But if he doesn't kill this army, he has to castle somewhere else. He's kind of waiting.
Yep.
And TaToH...
Viper also with
Wow.
a little bit of idle TC time, too. Even with those fish traps. So you could tell how busy he was microing.
Dude.
TaToH goes 3rd TC.
The other thing is, they also had to keep ferrying villagers across the map. Like, it's not like they stopped doing that. So it's so tough to play this. TaToH finds a knight on the left. Might not seem like a big deal, but it is a pretty big deal. Viper loses that. He's got no map
TaToH
presence.
goes 4th TC, too. And he still has 4 fires garrisoned in that. He's going for another demo ship there. He's got a demo ship in his other dock.
Yeah.
He's got villagers forward to repair if Viper isn't on the ball, sniping them right away. Viper added a few more fishing ships, but he hasn't really gone into that big fishing ship production because he's not sure still.
Look at that
And
demo
TaToH
for
has
Viper.
been-
Viper's waiting for TaToH to pop out with demos. Let's see if he can get the timing down here. Okay, here it comes.
Is-
Very well played from Viper there. The other demo hits, though, and he's kind of separated from his demo in the south. Ultimately, I think this is still really good for Viper, and this might be the first time in Cast Age
TaToH's
where he's
looping around
officially
with-
defended.
TaToH's looping around with the fires, and he's going to take out the fishing traps. Take out
That's
one,
so annoying!
2, take out another one. It's 3.
Wow. And with Malay, this is
4.
like minus 2,000 food, 4,000 food, 6,000 food, 8,000 food.
Yep.
So, well
Viper
played.
just makes them at the back. They are cheaper with Malay, so
Yeah.
it's basically like dropping a farm at that point.
That said, Viper has 1,400 stone, and he still has not dropped a castle because he doesn't want to drop a castle in the back of the map. He wants something offensive, and I don't know if he can actually do that here.
Wow. Viper sniped both of the forward villagers with that knight. Under fire from plumes. Wow.
These villagers for Viper, though, I think he wants to castle here, right? But there's plumes there now, so this is going to be an awkward castle to place.
Still needs gold access.
Yeah. Just focus so much on the food here, Dave. I think if TaToH wouldn't have made those houses, Viper would be castling there right now. You can't do that. And look, Viper might be forced into a castle behind this house here because the plumes are there.
Which basically secures nothing.
Yeah.
Like you could block this side off with a wall. I think you got to go for a castle, yeah, on the left side, and that's what he's doing. He's also going for a TC over there.
That's good.
Check Viper's point of view. He can see that gold over to the left, so he'll be fine to take that. Can't really take the one at the front safely. He's got 20 fishing ships now,
Yeah.
Tristan. That's what I was saying, right? As soon as it's secure, he can just start getting those on there, but they're not working. He's queued them up, but he's forgotten about the trap.
Dude, it's like, it's so amazing that Viper's still alive in this game. And it's also so amazing what TaToH's doing with the map control. I know it looks bad right now when you look at the eco count. But I think TaToH has managed to put himself in a spot where he's in a good position against Malay. He's got 16 plumes. That should be your focus. He's got 4 TCs. He's going to have 3 relics. And Viper's still kind of stuck in the corners now. So,
Yep. And that castle doesn't secure that wood line. TaToH can sit on the other side, too. So Viper's gone for a TC and castle there. He's also through. TaToH is through in the north. And if he skirts along the edge of the map, there's potential for damage. But I think Viper will always be able to quick wall that and notice it. I guess my question is just, where does the next castle come from TaToH? And how fast can he get up to Imperial Age?
I honestly think you never make a forward castle here.
Yep.
And you just played full DM mode from here. You get all the relics. He's gonna maybe spot Viper bringing one back in the south, and you just castle safe everywhere. Because if this goes into late game, TaToH has the position where he can have castles over all the stones, all the golds, go plumes, eagles. I think Malay, while they do have a good chance without golds here, still would struggle.
Do you put, if you're TaToH, do you put the castle in the north or do you put it in the middle, like beside those 2 stones there?
Honestly, I mean, you could castle in the middle where that hill is, where the 4-tile gold. I don't mind that. I just love how he's focused. He's seen the monk now, and he's even hiding his own monk. Did you see that? Hit his own monk. Wow, this is
jungle man.
Incredible. And now Viper might see that and say, oh, I'm going to get the kill, and Viper does get the kill anyways, so good job from Viper there.
And he saves the knights, too. He gets away. TaToH is now on the way to Imperial Age. He's working on his 4th TC. I guess his 5th TC since he deleted the one in the middle.
Yeah, yeah.
He's set up 1 fish trap. He needs to get a few more there. And Viper is going to click up. And Viper might actually be up faster because of Malay. Viper still has 20 fishing ships working on these fish traps here.
Well, here's the problem Viper didn't have to face yesterday against Yo. What does he make? Right? Like, he made Karambits with insane eco, and there were no plumes against Yo. Now there's plumes. So, he's going to add ranges, probably go into skirms. That's good. But plumes are faster than skirms, and TaToH has the gold to maybe switch into eagles. So, it's not going to be easy.
TaToH's not going to notice that castle. Not at the moment. He's coming in with the plumes here. Has potential to deny that if he micros around the Mangonel. It's the second Mangonel on the way from Viper.
It would be really bad for TaToH to lose this army before him.
There's the castle. He answered my question. He put it in the north there. He's going to secure that full side, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the 3rd one come down somewhere in the middle. He's got a decent amount of plumed archers, though. 27 plumes.
Oh, attack round incoming. Viper has one opportunity here for a sick attack round, and he gets it! He gets it!
Oh my god!
Dude, honestly...
Herbal medicine, right now. Yeah, there it is!
But Dave, to make it even crazier, I think his armor upgrade hit at the exact moment he got hit. And I don't know if that's a difference between losing like 10 or 15 more units there or not, but that was a big moment in the game. Oh my word.
Sorry, everyone that had to deal
thanks for
with that.
banging your desk.
Wow, no, I just had to, dude. That was the best call I've ever made in my entire life.
Well, he's going to garrison, and with herbal medicine, heal those. And again, Viper's not really pressuring him. Viper's had very defensive castles, so that's actually great for TaToH. He only lost 3. That could have been so much worse for him. But this is going to go late. Not just this series, but this game, and then also the final. I mean, that's going to be late as well, because this is a doozy here, man. What a series.
I'm enjoying myself so much right now. All right, there's a castle in the south for TaToH. Everything you said, Tristan. Like, Malay, sure, you'll have the fish. You got yourself to Imperial Age. You're in a decent location or spot, but so is TaToH.
Yeah.
And he's got the better civ.
Yeah, and like, if this was a situation where Viper had map and Mayans run out of gold, then yes, it's different. But I think there's concerns if Viper doesn't get more map control here, as he is going to place a really good castle towards the south. So good job for Viper to realize this, Dave, and solve these problems, as this is 140 pop for Viper, 150 pop for TaToH. Will Viper be able to show the power of Malay here? He's done it before. Not again.
Another attack round.
Oh, TaToH notices it.
Ooh, and Viper didn't delete that time.
Yeah, Mangonel goes down.
TaToH goes right under that one.
Nice.
Great stuff. Great micro there from TaToH. He's still going to lose the Plumed Archer. Might lose another one here, but he's building up his mass, and he does have Herbal Medicine now, so he can just simply... Oh, he lost 4. Holy.
Did I miss something? Oh, he did lose 4 there. I looked away, sorry. Yeah, Viper had a Knight rating that went down in the north. So, here's the thing about this Eagle switch. And I could be off on this, right? But I personally would like to see him fully invest into plumes and upgrades first, because it's so easy to forget, oh, I don't have Elite Plumed Archer. Oh, I don't have the final 2 armor upgrades. And also, plumes are pretty good against skirms as is. Viper's not pushing, so I would like to see Elite Plume as well for TaToH. But he's got Elite Eagle, and then the other thing is max out on your Eagle upgrades too. Do not engage before El Dorado. El Dorado is the most important unique tech for Eagle Warriors in the game. It takes the Eagles from 60 HP to 100 HP.
And I think you should be using these Eagles in two ways, right? You either send them right into the eco from Viper, and once you have El Dorado,
Yeah.
right under all the castles to snipe villagers, or you just keep them beside your plumed archers, because Viper has plenty of answers for Eagles alone, but he doesn't have answers for plumed archer and Eagle.
Well, also, I think you have to... Viper, I think, maybe trying to bait TaToH again into coming to kill him. Viper's going defensive bombard cannons. Imagine if TaToH were to raid with Eagles in the north. If he could run in there and then make a push, it could be better. But it seems like Viper's prepped for this, as I think he just got Elite Karambit Warrior.
Dude, TaToH's eco, though, 128 vills with Mayans. You were worried about getting all the upgrade. He's gonna be able to afford everything.
Yeah, but will he engage too early is the question. But he's going to come forward with a castle. I like this.
With four trebs, too.
Perfect.
With 4 trebs, and now he gets El Dorado. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he should just
really
honestly just dive. It's a little early to engage because he doesn't have the upgrades yet, but I think he should just dive and force the issue here.
Yep, 25 seconds till El Dorado comes in. Forging doesn't really matter in this situation. It's all about the HP on those Eagles. Already has the armor upgrade. Viper needs to respect the plumed archers, respect the Eagles, and go back with the bombard cannon. And now there's 4 trebs. There's no way you save this castle. Viper is raiding a little bit in the north with skirmishers, but TaToH dealing with that. And the Eagles are... TaToH's microing this perfectly. He's going to get the hill position with the plumes, bait the karambits in, and take out the skirmishers with the Eagles.
TaToH will have a defensive castle in the fight. Viper's castle will go down. Viper's bombard cannons will go down. This is expensive for him. And again, we're talking about the difference between Mayans and Malay. Malay might have their fish traps, but I don't know if their units are necessarily strong enough to deal with this push.
Yep. Now Elite Plumed Archer. That was the final thing we were waiting for.
Still needs armor on those. Lacking the armor is definitely an issue.
Oh, he only has the feudal armor. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
But I mean, I think you're right. He certainly will have the resources. It's just, does he think about it when he's also going for this insane push?
I think TaToH needs to send in, since he's got decent Eagle production, send this army in.
Yeah,
to the back of Viper's base. Just yeet it right in there. There's open areas there that he can go through near the archery ranges. You've got enough Eagles to support from your production behind.
We could see the same thing from TaToH here. He's got to be careful. If he yeets his Eagles in, he might not have the support for his plumes, but I'd love to see an additional castle. And then you do the same thing with those 4 trebuchets.
Yep. Where are they? Where are the Eagles coming from? He had 29 queued. Oh, he's pop cap. He needs to delete Bills.
Yeah, he needs to delete Vills, Dave. He will take out the bombard cannon, though. So good. Viper saw so many.
And the Eagles are in the back.
Yeah, Viper doesn't have a lot in queue. For having cheap units, he does not have a lot queued up right now. But he does have really good upgrades. And again, the plumes lacking the final 2 armor upgrades will definitely make a difference. They're typically pretty good against skirms. TaToH doesn't... To him, it doesn't look like he's floating res because he's got 30 Eagles in queue right now.
Yeah, but he just needs pop space right now. He's got 127 Bills. The Karambits, every time, they do decently against the Eagles, but every time they get near the plumes, they get mowed down. And there's the second armor upgrade for TaToH. Doing a decent job. Raiding in the back here. Viper using pop space to send Karambits back. And Viper is now at 79 villagers. He queues up a few more. TaToH should probably be at around 79 bills right now.
TaToH's won this game, dude. TaToH's won this game. There's no way. Viper's skirms are going to go down. TaToH will see the bombard cannon. He'll just snipe that. Viper will lose another castle. He's got no map control. He doesn't have the relics. And there's no world where you can fall back into anything else with Malay from here.
There's a forward castle from TaToH coming forward to cut off both of those golds there. What's the gold situation for Viper? He can't even really take the one on the right of his base. He's almost done the one in his base. He has no gold. Also, he's got gold to the south of TaToH's main army. That's it.
15 of his pop is on water right now, protecting the fish. So 15 of his population of military isn't actually involved in this battle. As this is maybe the last stand for Viper. He has stone for more castles if he ever wants to place them. It's actually the best engagement he'll get, I think, right there on the hill.
Yep. As TaToH tries to take out that house just to get himself a better situation there, but TaToH's castle will go up. That will cut off these golds from Viper. It'll also be able to clear up the docks, and Viper calls the GG. TaToH knew about the strategy. and he was able to counter it perfectly with the mines. Just distract long enough so he can't overinvest on water early with the fishing ships, and then build into late game because your military is better. Malay don't have an answer to Plumed Archer.
Oh man, we talk so much as casters. Game theory this, civilization this, and positioning that. And so rarely do you see a game played out as we can maybe describe. And TaToH just did everything there. And he perfected all the weaknesses of Yo's push with the same strategy yesterday. He came back on water, Dave, so he maintained the presence there. Even invested into a tower. And then the castles. The castles were at home. He held the map control, and this is the spot that Viper didn't want to be in. Viper didn't want to be sitting back the entire time. I think Viper played a really good game as well, don't get me wrong, but that's just been this whole series. Both players are playing incredible.
Yep. We also got, unironically, herbal medicine, so I'm happy.
But I think
really
what's
happy.
crazier about that is the fact you called it immediately.
Yeah.
And the fact, like if that's me, I put my units in my castle and I get herbal medicine, like, I don't know, 2 minutes later. But he clicked it immediately. It's almost like those plumed archers phoned home, like, hey, we need help, give us the good stuff.
Yeah, hot chocolate, please. Warm fire.
Well,
Give me some of those herbs, man.
well, you have the resources there, and this is what TaToH could do with that map control. More wood, more food, but most importantly, more gold. And just the better gold units. There are maps where maybe you run out of resources and Malay can shine, but that's certainly not one of them. And we now, go to Viper's home map, and this is the first time Viper's lost 2 games in a set in this series, and potentially on the brink of elimination here, as he will have Boundary Brawl.
I'm super excited for this because I've seen the Civ from TaToH.
Wow, I mean, and Boundary Brawl, I know it's a home map, but it never really feels like home, because it's so wild that anything can happen regardless of how much you practiced. Yeah, we can get in, Dave. I've seen the Civs now as well, and I like it. This also explains why maybe Viper wanted to save the Berbers earlier on in the day. We'll get to 10 seconds and get started. TaToH still picking Gray throughout the whole series.
Yep.
What a troller boy, dude.
Rat Chat saying, I would win Viper in a 1v1. Not sure why I have 700 elo. Yeah, that's very confusing, dude. I don't know why either you would be down there.
Listen, the ranked ladder doesn't matter. The ladder doesn't matter. It's all about 20 performances, so.
All right, I'm ready to go. 10 seconds in.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Here we are, game 4. And this is Boundary Brawl. If you haven't seen Boundary Brawl, the middle is always visible. There's 4 rhinos, and there's plenty of hunt and berries, and I'm really hoping we do not see a repeat of what happened yesterday. Oh, man. So,
and look at Viper. He's already going for that. Gate. I think he wants to get it set up so he can take that rhino. And if TaToH is already coming forward for the rhino, he can start building that and de-aggro it. He did the same thing against Yo, and on his tweet, he said that Yo might have heard the sound of his gate.
Yeah, you can hear, and this shouldn't really be a thing, but when you place a gate foundation, everyone who can see the gate foundation can hear the noise. Yeah, and Viper said that he thinks the reason that Yo went as early as he did and then tapped out 2 minutes in was because of the gate. And in the end, this is fine for TaToH because he'll be able to take 2 rhinos in total. So, well played all around.
No real concern about losing villagers early for him because he does the extra damage. He can also get immediate loom.
Yeah.
With the Goths. Goths are a really interesting pick here. Not really early eco bonuses, but they make the map a lot more comfortable, I think, in the early stages. I guess my question would be, what do you go for in the later stages, and how do they help you in Feudal Age and early Castle Age against Berbers?
Well, we have seen examples in this tourney where Goths destroy Berbers if certain units come out, right? And that, sadly, that kind of describes Goths as a whole, regardless of the matchups. But it was Rapard versus Slam Dave. I think we casted together. It feels like forever ago now. But we saw Pikeman and Huskarl against Camel Archer and Knight. And Goths with Eco can dominate here. But the worry is there's a lot more applicable bonuses for Berbers. They've got the faster Vils, which will help Viper anywhere he needs to go. They've got the faster ships, and then in Castle Age, they have cheap knights, and I think cheap knights just beats Pikeman every time if the time window's there. And that's going to be the worry for TaToH.
What is TaToH doing with this Vil? Is he looking for an extra water buffalo?
Yeah, got
He's
one.
gonna find it there, and then he goes. Okay, so he needs 2 water buffalo, 1 to scout each direction, or I guess scout around to find more water buffalo, and then he's gonna go for a lumber camp at some point. He went out a little bit earlier than Viper. Now both players, as you can see, guys, both players can see the other person's point of view. It's all visible on this middle area. Once you get off of this, though, you will not be able to see what your opponent is doing.
Yeah. So you can kind of gather some information on what direction they're headed. Like Viper and TaToH are sending their villagers to the north and south.
TaToH's really exploring with Vils, looking for these water buffalo.
Yeah, also, he didn't make a lumber camp. It's like he went forward, made the house.
Is he gonna go for some early, like, men-at-arms aggression or militia here?
Oh, he's got a Vil on the left. I think he'll go for a barracks, Dave. I think you're spot on here. I think he does do that. It's just...
There's the lumber camp from Viper. It's pretty rough to get in if they have a good woodline setup.
Yeah.
Because you can set up palisade walls around here if you're Viper. But with that lumber camp, I think there'd be opportunities for TaToH to get some damage done.
Where would TaToH build this? Because, I mean, I feel like the positioning of the barracks doesn't matter as much as the timing of the barracks. And, okay, he places it right there. Oh, my God.
I could see a world in which TaToH misses that lumber camp completely with that barracks.
True.
Even being beside there just sends the militia completely to the right because he thinks Viper would go straight back. Viper now going for a dock. So that's more wood investment. Viper could be in trouble here if the militia find their way in and he's not able to quick wall or villager fight them away. I mean, he's going to be investing wood into the fishing ships with the dock. He already invested 150 wood into that. He's got a few straggler trees on the middle, but this could be problematic.
Okay, but if Viper sees this many straggler trees being chopped at this stage, and he doesn't see a dock in the middle, his alarm bells should be going off in his head.
TaToH could have docked on the outside, right? You never know.
True, but Viper has... yeah, I guess you're right. And you're right,
And,
you also called it.
Oh, TaToH is going to miss that completely. Maybe he can get the direction. He should be watching the villagers from Viper when they leave the TC.
Yeah.
On which direction they're going, but he's going to miss this completely, Tristan.
I mean, there's still positives to having army out here if Viper wants to ever go for gold. So there is that. But I think what happens is TaToH will encounter this woodline, see nothing, and then loop back. Because he knows that they're going a certain direction.
Yeah, and now Viper's getting loom. Imagine if he got in there, Viper no loom, and he gets in there with the militia.
Yeah, that would. I mean,
boy.
that's the difference, right? Viper going fishing ships, TaToH going militia for kills, and now Viper's house will spot this, and Viper's got loom and faster Berber villagers, so Viper might not take any losses.
Does he see it right away? The militia are going to be in, and there's a villager there from TaToH. TaToH lets him know that he's there. Viper not engaging against that yet.
Oh.
He tries to quick wall the Vil. That's not going to happen. He fights back on the other side. TaToH not adding any more militia. Viper is on the way to feudal age. This is going to be really, really tough for both of them.
Yeah, this is good drush damage, and in most maps, doing this alone is enough because you just want idle time. On this map, I think if you're not killing a Vil or two when the opponent adds the fish, you're really not going to like your position. So well played, Viper here.
That woodline's going to be so ugly for Viper, though. Even with those walls where he's giving himself a tile, it's going to be really, really ugly. And TaToH's even walling in behind it.
TaToH doesn't... Oh, he does have a lumber camp, excuse me, but he's not on the way to feudal yet. And there's some real risk that maybe he could get kind of surrounded. He might be able to
kill a villager on the dock. Okay, Viper runs away. Berbers, man, Berbers.
Again, after winning with Bohemians on Mired, and now seeing Berbers here, I'm really liking the way he's chosen his civs.
And there's a mill on an elephant. AoE 4 vibes over here for TaToH.
That's huge.
Although I guess he needs a mill anyway.
Well, what's
be able
nice
to kill
is
that right away with cloth fills and carry more.
Yeah, I feel like that's an underrated move here though, because a lot of players forget about that stuff, and this is where Goths still shine. You don't have to be as worried about microing your Vils. But certainly the militia haven't paid off. Viper could afford one galley, but Viper can't take gold right now. TaToH's villager's still over there, but he still hasn't clicked up. This is very late up time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Viper might lose a Vil.
Quick walls incoming.
It is Viper.
Just
Then
send one
again, it is
militia, TaToH.
TaToH too. Yeah. Berbervilles, man. They're so look, and Viper's gonna pull him right back to the galley. TaToH has 1 unit. He's running. He's got gold in his hands. It's weighing him down, but the militia not able to catch up. Dies like a chump to the galley from Viper, and Viper has stabilized completely. Does not lose a single unit and has 2 kills on TaToH's army so far. So great stuff there from Viper. TaToH is milled over on the right side. And he's going to take more hunt, but he still hasn't clicked up. Okay, queued it up in his TC, right? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I mean, this is late enough where this could be fast castle territory for him.
I think it is. I think it is. He's going to take the hunt on the outside.
I mean, he'll have, let's see, 300 food there. He just finished the elephant. He'll have another 150 food there. He could get another elephant, but he doesn't see it. I mean, Viper's going to go archers here, I think. I think he'll add 1 range and get archers out. And I just really struggle to see how TaToH could go fast castle comfortably. But then again, I'm assuming an awful lot. And TaToH's adding more militia. Okay, this makes more sense.
He's going to more hunt, too. He's really prioritizing the hunt on the outside to get himself more food.
Yeah.
Abandoned the middle with all of his villagers but 1. Even though he had buffalo under there, even though he had berries there, he wanted to get them to the outside before Viper's navy came into play and started preventing him. And Viper, his food situation is looking amazing.
And Viper didn't expect more militia, Dave. Viper saves another weak villager. He's got Berbers, but also he's got wheelbarrow. So his villagers are insanely quick. Honestly, against any other Civ, TaToH would have killed 3 by now. Not to mention the timing of everything.
These militia are going to put TaToH's FC back, though.
Yeah,
He's
it's not
gonna be able
FC
to go up to
anymore.
Castle. Yeah. He's going to take out the archer. The archer's not as quick as the Vills. So TaToH can finally maybe get something. No, Viper brings him back there. Viper has been so great at saving the villagers. The HP will tell the story on his economy here, as so many of them are weak, and those are all villagers TaToH has tried to target and has failed.
And TaToH canceled Man-at-Arms. The KD's 7-1 right now. So I think for TaToH, he probably should have waited before engaging.
He's got an archery range now up at the top. Villager's still alive.
Dude, is TaToH going to go full circle with all of his hunt villagers this game? And just, like, try and take all the land? Kind of similar to that game against Valis on Inundation, where he just
He's going to have a
all
really good mill in the right corner. There's an elephant he doesn't know about there, too.
Yeah. Imagine finding that. I mean, I don't mind that. What I don't like is you're now going Archer Skirm with Goths.
Yeah, and Viper finds your villagers, so there goes your forwardville.
Yeah, she's dead. But he does have to respect you have a range there. Viper hasn't made a tower yet. Could always do that if he was really worried. TaToH should make a mill on the right corner. This is very difficult, though. Like, Viper has stayed kind of in 2 spots. He stayed next to his TC and next to his wood and gold. He's upping to castle. And TaToH's nowhere near upping to Castle Age right now.
What do you do against Knights if you're TaToH? I mean, you're so split, right? You got Vills over on the left side. You got an archer range up top. Vills in the middle. Some Vills on the wood line in the center. Vills on the right side. If Knights come in,
yeah,
you're not centered anywhere. You can't really go Spearman defense. He's got some towers, but that's it.
Well, truth is, TaToH's whole strategy was designed about doing damage before Viper got Loom. His whole strat was about getting ahead in that way.
And he's going on water again now. What?
I mean, he's just behind, Dave. Like, we talked about it. Berbers, they have villagers alive, which they do. Viper is able to keep every single one alive and fish. There's just not a lot you can do except think back to the mistakes that you've made or just how good Viper played this.
I like the way TaToH's setting up his base here, though. He's got the blacksmith, or the houses walling on the left, the market there, the towers to defend. So if Knights come in, he could wall around here, get himself a nice little secure spot, and he's going to be harassing the fishing ships from Viper as well. But still, so much later to Castle Age, 2.5 minutes later, he's about to click up, which is impressive in its own right. But Viper has so many options he could go into.
I think what could be a small problem for Viper, and I'm surprised he didn't add one, is he doesn't have a scout. There's villagers everywhere. They're the right corner. You've got villagers in the middle. You've got villagers next to the towers. But I think that if he had a scout to know kind of where everything was, it would be beneficial for him. But TaToH then again can't deal with +2 knights if it comes under the towers, so there's that.
If you look at Viper scouting, everywhere he's scouted, he can see TaToH.
Yeah.
Literally. So a scout would add a lot. He can see exactly where he's expanded. TaToH, his scouting is great, and he's got villagers everywhere. The knight from Viper heading towards TaToH's eco, going to take a little bit of damage from the fire galleys there. But he's going to explore around this way and look for exposed villagers. TaToH walling up his main little base on the outside, which is good. And still trying to find damage with his navy. He's got a demo ship waiting for Viper's villagers to come across. He's got fire galleys around looking for the fishing ships, which he couldn't find. And he's got a galley now pressuring the berries too.
TaToH has to click behind here. These wood lines are impossible to wall up sometimes. He's got to click behind and make sure there's a house here. He sees the knights. He gets the house down. Viper. Dude, If Viper checks the corners, man. These corner vills for TaToH taking the elephants.
Yep.
That could be TaToH's saving grace. If he could get TCs up all around the map, drag this game out, as he's going to demo the knights for Viper in the... Yeah, in the north-ish. Maybe there's a chance.
Viper saves the weak knight.
Oh, and an overchop at the same time. Oh, that's so bad for TaToH.
Oh, boy, that sucks. I mean, he's got the 2 towers there, but Viper has +2 armor. So that's 1 villager down, 2 villagers down, soon to be 3 villagers down, 4...
Yeah, that honestly could be the game. That could be the game. Because he had to wall it out. He had to delay until he could maybe do something else. And Viper found a way in. So unfortunate for TaToH there, because I saw the tree was there a moment ago.
TaToH's gone 2 extra TCs, but you know whose voice I can hear in my mind right now?
Actually,
I can hear Valesa's voice in my mind right now, and he's saying, "Should have used cube mod."
Oh god.
See where the holes are in the wood line.
Viper, I can't just add a scout here for Viper, but at the same time, 12 kills. 12 eco kills for him. And he should be able to just boom it out, continue to make knights. For TaToH, I think it's wise to continue to play here because you never know. You expect that Viper should close it out, but you should try here.
And I do like getting the water upgrades. Because staying on water like that, you have incredible mobility. Viper's going to chase you. There's always a potential to kill a lot of villagers or wipe up the fishing ships from Viper. And it can also help against the knights coming across to your base. So if you're going to hide in the corners like this, water is a great place to get some pressure going. And TaToH is truly hiding in the corner. This is like a diplomacy game or something, this town center in the bottom.
I mean, he can't even farm next to these TCs, so that's the main concern.
Yeah.
But Viper's still looking for him. He's looking on the right now. He doesn't
Viper's
react.
Gotta be careful on water.
On water, yeah.
Lose. Yeah.
TaToH should garrison. Then again, he's in so many different spots, it might be tough. He sees it now. Now Viper has a target to raid. Maybe bring a villager forward. Go for a siege workshop there if you're Viper.
That is just the most annoying archer in the world. That little thing, and he is indeed going for a siege workshop. TaToH now heading out with his fires, trying to get some damage against Viper. He might intercept this villager going for the siege workshop. He does.
Which villager? I'm sorry. There's so much going on. Oh, in the middle. Yeah.
Yep. And then I keep like expecting something to be happening in the north because of all TaToH's buildings.
I know.
It's just not.
I wish as a caster
Does
we
she go
could
down?
eliminate
Does she
things.
go down? Does she go down? Berberville? She dies. So that delays it, and that gives TaToH some time to get a monastery up over there. Maybe he can convert some knights and kill the siege. TaToH has managed to keep himself in this. It's 47 villagers to 48.
There's no way, right? There's no way TaToH pulls this off, right?
And he's gonna take water. He's gonna take full water control here. He's gone for 2 more docks as well. He's killing knights with fires.
If either player, well, especially Viper, if Viper could ram down the center TC, that's where a lot of eco is for TaToH. But I guess if he doesn't have water control, that's not a possibility. That's where I would focus, because you can see how many vills are there. TaToH's going to use this moment, though, to run away. And Viper sees it, too. He's got knights chasing. That is going to be a tough journey.
Demo from TaToH. It won't completely kill the knights, but it weakens them. TaToH has more fire ships on the way.
Back into the TC.
Build up enough fires to protect his villagers. +2 armor for Viper has done so much for him this game.
Thank God for TaToH, he did get a demo shot on those knights because they actually die underneath the TC. Viper, though, does get the Siege Workshop up. It still feels like TaToH is so far behind with momentum. His eco is way worse. He doesn't have as much food. He doesn't have as much security, of course. The South is basically a wood TC. He can't do anything with that. And he might not even be able to escape the middle right now. We'll see.
I think he can run cover for his villagers with the demo. I think he might be worried about a demo from Viper, though.
Yeah.
Because if they connected against those vills, could be huge, and Viper is not going for one. Okay, now Viper queues up a couple demos.
Yeah, he sees TaToH's demos. TaToH's not even... He's not joking around here.
Okay, TaToH, you need to run with these vills now. You need to run with these vills. Meanwhile, in the corner, TaToH trying to get a conversion. A conversion would help so much over there for him. But Viper wisely pulling back the Knights. These players are playing at such a high level at the moment with such a crazy map. I cannot believe TaToH is still in this.
I know.
And I can't believe Viper didn't lose any, like, barely any villagers. He lost only that one villager this game.
Just that one moment with the Knights, really. That one moment with the Knights has been the difference so far. As TaToH will add another TC. He's still in this. We talk about Goths all the time. I call them the most imbalanced civ in the game because they either get wrecked, or if they make it to a certain point of the game, they wreck everything. Can he maybe do this? I think Viper needs either an all-in Castle Age with longswords, or he needs to make more Knights right now.
Viper's boom behind this. I mean, he's got 2 TCs on that side.
He doesn't know about the south
now. So maybe he's thinking about getting a castle in the middle there somehow.
Yeah.
Only on stone with 6.
Oh, demo.
Scouts now.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I just caught the tail end of that. And TaToH even 11s it.
TaToH respects it. I love it. And Tati demo. Viper using the emotes out there. Is that Viper? Yeah, finally adds a scout over here. I mean, Viper did also lose 2 Knights and his Scorpions on the right.
Yep.
So I think what happened there was TaToH was looking on the right corner, Viper was looking in the middle, and both players got good engagements at the same time.
That was so big from TaToH to kill that first villager that was coming over here. Because imagine if Viper was pressuring this before TaToH had a monastery.
True. Also,
and it delayed it for like a minute and a half and let him get the monastery up. He can convert the Knights, and now he's heading over towards Viper's eco with the fire ships, and he's sending some Knights behind too.
Did we miss more kills? Because it's now a 25-1 eco KD. I feel like it was 15-1, and then 6 villagers died on a demo. Maybe around the TC he lost a few to some Knights.
Yeah, maybe.
It's been crazy. You know, Viper doesn't even know about the southern corner as TaToH micros, and they both get good shots at good micro, and they'll both lose their siege in the end.
Yep. Still +2 on these Knights, so TaToH needs to be careful. If the monks ever die, then Knights can just YOLO under the TC and kill a lot of villagers there.
Scouts for Viper.
Another town center for TaToH, and he's going back onto the stone. Viper, though, already has 360 stone in the bank. And Viper might be thinking about a castle in that middle area. You could cut off all of these villagers.
Honestly, Viper doesn't think there's anything of value in the south. This is so important for TaToH. Viper could easily have stopped this expansion, but he doesn't know about it. He's been there before. He just doesn't think anything's happening. And he's going crazy on water now. I think Viper will completely win water, Dave, which sadly for TaToH will mean that center TC will be lost. So I think you have to maybe run if you're TaToH right now.
And there's the siege workshop. Yeah, make a transport maybe. Get out. Get out.
Yeah, where do you run? Oh god. I mean, as he's well, you could allow Viper or keep Viper's focus here by just keeping them alive as long as possible.
Or maybe bring the monks over. I don't know. It's going to be really risky because Viper still has those scouts, right? I think if TaToH had more stone, he could maybe drop a YOLO castle there, but it's not going to happen now as Viper has Knights over here. Viper has a ram over here, and TaToH is on the run with his villagers. There are 8 villagers here. He should escape with some of them.
Here he comes. TaToH also has demos coming out of his docks, fire ships out of his docks. It would really be beneficial if he had a wheelbarrow. These villagers are so slow.
Well, they're going to get away, but the scouts are coming in now from Viper. That was a good addition from him to deal with the monks. 1 monk goes down, 2 monks go down. All the monks die. He gets 1 scout in return. And Viper can now kind of push on that side again.
Look at TaToH's TC in the middle, though. He's not giving up, dude. He's not giving up.
Oh, he saves it.
He could save it. Take out the ram. Take it out. And now he can't hop inside. He has to repair more before he can hop inside.
Repair!
There he goes. Into the TC. I think they'll eject again. And the demos! The demos from TaToH. He's back on water. This guy will not go away, dude. This guy will not go away. What is happening?
Well, his villagers in the middle will go away as they all get killed by knights. He can't repair that TC, and there's a castle from Viper now on those 2 watchtowers from TaToH. So that's what I was looking at when the demo came in. And both players still contesting for the water. Both players full castle age play right now.
Viper now just needs a little bit of army and a castle drop in the south. I think then he's done it. What sucks for TaToH is his farming eco is mainly in the middle.
Yeah, take all the farms too.
Yeah, honestly not bad because Viper's got 45 on wood. He could definitely use a few farms of his own. Can't say that TaToH didn't put up a fight here, Dave. I mean, I thought this game was over a while ago. Still giving himself a chance, but Viper still feels like in a position. I mean, even go Imp now. And with Imp, he could go Champions, maybe.
And TaToH is buying food for what?
To produce out of his TCs. Yeah. Yeah, to produce out of his TCs.
Uh-oh, Knights looping around. Knights looping around this side, and Knights coming in from the north on that corner base. TaToH respawning in 2 different areas, but like I kept saying, Viper has +2 armor, and TaToH calls the GG, and that was an amazing game. I don't know how Viper didn't lose a Ville early. Yeah. I don't know how TaToH survived. I don't know how TaToH was ever in the lead at one point in Castle Age when he retook water. It was crazy from both. The level we're seeing here today in this semifinal is insane.
Yeah, I mean, in this tourney, there's been a lot of games where I get excited about a player winning a game. And then you're like, oh, loser could have done this, that, the other. But like, all of these games have been exciting watching the loser play too. Like the way they're addressing situations, the strategies they're trying has just been incredible. And I mean, it's only fitting, are going to go to a game 5. This is huge for both players because as we said, we think they both might even go in as the favorite in the final. We'll see who can clutch it. The Viper and TaToH, this is exactly where you want to be if you're an Age of Empires fan.
And they have doubt to look forward to.
Right? Right?
Yep. Great eco there for Viper. More wood, more food, more gold for TaToH. And he couldn't quite get that castle up. Viper with the castle first. At the end of the day, I'm actually stunned that Viper had more exploration than TaToH. But I guess most of his came later when he was searching for every corner for a town center.
Yeah. And Dave, the amount of conversations we've had about the civs, that Chinese pick is staring me right in the face right now when I look at Viper civilizations. TaToH's got his wins with Mayans and Portuguese. He lost with Byzantines and Goths. He's got Burgundians and Japanese. I could be wrong, but I don't think we're going to see Burgundians for TaToH. I think it will be Japanese versus Chinese. And remember, GL up until this moment has either been playing with Chinese or banning Chinese. So I know TaToH's going to have his work cut out for him here against that
at least
civ.
If there's any consolation for TaToH here, he knows it's going to be Chinese.
Yeah, he does.
It's not going to be Huns.
Correct.
You know, so at least you can plan for that beforehand, right?
Yeah, and he also, the other consolation is that he picked Japanese first. So we have amazing players. We have the final game in best of 5 semifinal, and then we also have their best civilizations per their draft to finish off the series here.
TaToH is still playing in gray. I'm going to switch him back to red, and we'll get into game number 5. I'm ready to go. The final game of our second semifinal of the day. The final is coming up after this, folks. Get hyped. We have Compass, TaToH's final home map, and he's playing as the Japanese, Viper is as the Chinese. And you want to count me down, Tristan?
Yep, we'll do a 3, 2, 1, go. And here it is, game 5. So let's just start chatting about why Chinese are so strong. The Chinese, they start with 3 vills on Nomad maps, but when they finish their town center, they get 3 additional vills. The weakness for Chinese typically in all these other maps is that they don't start with food in the bank. And you can see at the top right, Viper doesn't have food in the bank. But on Compass, you start with 2 fishing ships. You have a bit of time to get your dock up and bring in food, which means very little idle TC time, which means a guaranteed lead in villagers, Dave. So it's going to be tough for TaToH, but Japanese have some bonuses as well.
Yeah, and I like TaToH's TC a little bit better than Viper's right now. He's got access to that shorefish. He's got the ibex nearby. If he loses water, it's going to be a pain.
Yeah.
But I think if he loses water, it's going to be a pain anyway, regardless of where his TC spot is, right? And Viper basically has just TC'd near our wood lines. He can't take that shorefish. There's a little bit of food available there, but TaToH is going to have an easier job of it. And like you were saying, with the Japanese, their bonuses, they fish faster. Fishing ships have more HP, more armor on them. And of course, their lumber camps, mills, and mining camps only cost 50 wood. So everything is tailored towards a good opening on water maps like this.
Yeah, and I think you compare the two of them, I think Chinese can still be okay if they lose the water. The Chinese have great infantry, they have great archers, they have great stable units, they have great eco-techs. The Japanese, they're not bad in those ways, but they lack stable options. Their archers are just as good as Chinese archers. So overall here, I think that as this game develops into feudal age aggression, TaToH kind of needs to have some presence on water, needs to get some leads early there, whereas Viper, he can do some other things with it.
TaToH just went over to Viper's Island, took a pig, put it in his transport ship, and brought it back to his. Nice.
That's funny.
Does he know where Viper is already? Yeah, he can see the TC already.
Yeah, a bit weird. Typically, if you start on a southern island like this, you would transport to the south as well. So it's a little interesting that Viper chose this area. It's not like the end of the world or anything, but it does definitely stand out to me. I think that's why he doesn't have deer, right? Like, if you look where TaToH would go, it's deer. If Viper would have gone straight onto this island, deer. Maybe the other one, too. But, again, not the biggest deal. Viper's got a 3-vil lead right now, and there's nothing TaToH can do to stop it.
Okay, TaToH finding some pigs over on the side. These are very important. They give you scouting information that let you know if your opponent is advancing from another side. They let you know where all the resources are. And TaToH is now going for that boar immediately. Didn't really have to search around for that too much. You always know there's two of them back there. And he's going to have a pretty good start between the boar, the shorefish, and the ibex under his TC. Should be up at a reasonable time if he's looking to go for early aggression.
And brings in the boar without loom, made little palisade walls just to block off the boar so he wouldn't get hit an extra time. I mean, things that just average players don't do. Or if I should say average players try, but it doesn't look too good for us when we do that stuff. No real indicators for Viper that he's going to do anything but water. And I'm just racking my brain on how TaToH might play this, because we haven't seen any real competitive games with Viper on Compass. He's just won pretty quickly. I can't help but think back to how TaToH liked to play Compass, where he would open up with galleys, open up aggressive, and immediately switch on the lands. Maybe that's something that Japanese could do here.
Who was he up against yesterday? He was up against
TaToH?
TaToH yesterday on this map, right?
TaToH was up against Bad Boy.
No, I was talking about TaToH because you brought him up.
Oh, TaToH was up against Winchester.
Or Winchester, sorry.
Yep. Yeah, but you know, he was
that was that was today. I was talking about yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. My bad. TaToH versus no, it wasn't Cap. Now you got me all confused, dude. No, it was against Leary, dude. Yeah, it was a reverse sweep against Leary.
Yeah.
Apparently
Leary
a very
for the
apparently Leary a very forgettable set.
Didn't Leary go for the Vikings pick here?
Yeah, that was the Vikings game 5.
Yeah.
I'm happy we have a game 5 that doesn't have questionable civ choices.
Wait,
right?
what is going on from TaToH? He's sending 2 vils?
Whoa. This is early. So
whoa.
Again, Japanese fishing ships are tanky. However, he obviously senses that this is just not winnable for him if he tries to compete against Chinese uptime with all the Chinese vils, and he's just going to go for it. Will it work, Dave? I think what it comes down to is how quickly he can find the gold. That's what all these games turn into. The water player will win water with what gold and wood they've brought in. If they get pushed off of gold, they go into skirms. And then the sneak player can go into something like scouts or knights, and then siege later on. See if Viper senses this, because this is way earlier of a sneak than I ever expected.
Yep.
But Viper should know immediately.
Viper should be looking for that other dock too.
Yeah, exactly.
Give him an indication that this is happening, because if TaToH doesn't have a second dock, it means TaToH is likely investing his food into his wood into something else, and TaToH won't even have enough wood for the second building.
I think he's gonna dock with it.
Gets there, he needs an archer range right now.
Yeah, he does.
He needs to make a choice.
So I honestly don't like immediately going into a sneak, because if you don't at least show a second dock, Viper will start outposting and know this immediately. Viper should win water pretty comfortably, has the ability to then add fish. Also started the game with more vills, so TaToH's sneak has to do so much, and TaToH's going to go scouts first.
Yeah, it's so weird. It feels like you can counter scouts really, really nicely, unless TaToH is going to go for a tower somewhere behind the scout pressure. But Viper, I mean, Viper is going to be able to clear up his fish, and Viper did go galleys, which means they can kill the Japanese fish a little bit faster.
Yeah. I forget what event it was, but I think it was, oh no, it was actually the landings in Hidden Cup Islands, where we see a lot of players start off with the scouts to force spearmen, and then just prep the archer range. So Viper's first reaction is spearmen, and then you just show up with archers, and then they're kind of dead. So maybe that's what he's doing here. But Viper should know now.
Barracks from Viper. Yeah, the barracks is already there from Viper. So Viper knows exactly, because TaToH has no presence really with Navy.
Yep.
Here, Viper knows exactly what's going on, and the scouts are going to be in on the goal. Can Viper quick wall this in time? He gets it set up. Scouts are across, and Viper with the masterpiece. TaToH needs to escape, but Viper says, "Someone call an ambulance. Not for me, my friend."
Are you kidding me? Game 5? Really? Like, get out of here with that audacity. Game 5 trap. There was no need to do that. Just save your vills like every other player. My goodness. Again, are we looking at peak Viper, or are we looking at Rusty Viper? I think that question's been answered there. And now TaToH comes in with a tower. He will have archers that he hasn't shown yet, but that's just probably shaking his head like, my God, what a play that was.
Yeah,
and now Viper quick walls
at that. Yeah, he walls at the scout, and now there's a spearman on the field, and TaToH's gonna have to retreat to that tower. The tower won't even. I don't even know if it fully cuts off that gold. TaToH saying, "Is it lagging for you too?" Viper says no.
Okay, so they probably paused, but honestly, the archers haven't shown up yet, and this will be at least a somewhat awkward position for Viper, because he hasn't placed a counter tower yet. So he will have to leave his gold.
Skirmishers here, so. He's got to respect the scouts, and his spearmen can't really get near those scouts because of the archers. So it's still working out okay for TaToH. The biggest problem is that Viper has the fish, and TaToH does not.
And he gave up on it so easily that Viper knew to prep the barracks, right? And now you're seeing an insta advantage for Chinese turn into an early feudal advantage. And TaToH just has to camp the golds at this point, because that's his way back. I think Viper knows this, and look at him going with the vills.
He's going to the South Island. He immediately leaves. He's like, he's going to focus completely on those golds. He's going to invest so much into cutting these off, and I can simply walk over to the south, and I'll be fine. TaToH does have one fire galley in there, and I think there's an opportunity if TaToH stops production on land right here to take back the water. But he's got to be sneaky with it, because Viper could see that coming as well.
Yeah, Viper hasn't actually made a ton on water. I mean, we talked about it. He stopped, but I'm surprised he hasn't made a couple fires to take the dock out. That could be a good way for TaToH to come back.
Like we said before, though, it's just calculated greed from Viper all the time, right?
Yeah.
And he knew that he couldn't invest on water if he was going to go for the barracks and the archer range on land, and go for 2 archer ranges, get a competitive number of skirmishers and archers. And now he's bringing the fire galleys over. If he sees more fire galleys from TaToH, he'll start investing again.
Oh, this is a good moment for TaToH, actually. He'll push the skirms back. He hasn't killed a single villager this game. Let's see if he can get this one. I guess Viper's going to somehow like get away, and okay, he loses one. Life is fair again.
Yep.
I feel like he should have lost at least one over the last 5 minutes.
Is the armor in yet from Viper? It is. Ooh.
Yeah, TaToH doesn't have the food eco to make more scouts, Dave, so everything could just die to this, but the current scout is getting value at least.
Fire galley from TaToH, now in on the fish from Viper. One of them goes down, but Viper will have the answer there. TaToH's still keeping up production of fire galleys, and he takes out... Oh, he almost took out one galley. But the archers are now in on his base from Viper, and he doesn't have anything at home here to deal with this.
Yeah, that's so smart from Viper, because he doesn't need to do this. He could have just stayed at home. He could have defended his fish, gone to Castle Age. Great damage control from TaToH, though, honestly. I would have expected him to take further losses here, but dropping a tower at home on cows and berries is not what he would have wanted. Viper
TaToH has
looking
his
good.
archers garrisoned in that tower. I was a bit confused as to where they went, but the villagers have to join them now.
Yeah.
And Viper with double archer range production against TaToH with only one. And he's pressuring on this side, and that tower doesn't even range those archers. But still, TaToH has the tower in the back, so he's defending that too. Viper, his resources looking fantastic. He's going to click up to the Castle Age soon. TaToH will have to make a gamble for water.
Yeah, like, the things going through my head right now is, was it Chinese that made TaToH go this aggressive? Did GL and their camp really think the Chinese was so unstoppable here that TaToH had to go this crazy? Because it just seems like such an obvious switch for Viper to just go immediately to land. It was been so well played by him. 100 foot away from Castle Age now, and TaToH still so far away. Looks so much like there's just so little TaToH can do except water, like you said, Dave. And here he comes with some fires. Pretty easy for Viper to pull over, though.
Like, TaToH banned Mongols, and then he still lost on Mired. And now he's up against Chinese on this map. If he thought it was so good, maybe he should have banned... You know, maybe he should have banned Chinese here. But Viper is going to have the Navy to fight this back. He's adding more fire galleys, and he's got 4 galleys behind this. He's on the way to the Castle Age. TaToH is buying food, but he's only at 170 currently.
I think Viper, as he's looking for a second straight victory, I think he's just a couple minutes away from hearing that GG from TaToH, which means we are like maybe 20 minutes away from the grand finals between the Viper and Dal.
This set has been insane, though.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is the
Such a good
most
set.
Quality set. Like, maybe not the most back and forth type of thing, or like, you know, ultimate excitement late game stuff, but in terms of the quality of play, this has been the best one.
It's been so
we've
good
seen so far in the tournament.
And we just haven't it's been the highest level because until now we haven't heavily questioned the players. And I think TaToH's just gonna probably tell us, if we get a chance to talk to him at some point, that he was just too terrified of the Chinese pick, and maybe he telegraphed his decisions too much here.
He is killing the fish from Viper. Viper notices that right away, though. Some sneak fire galleys on that side. He's queuing up some more stuff over here. He's trying to go up to Castle Age, but Viper is up to Castle, and he has the res to go up to Castle again.
Yeah.
Once he reaches there, so instant war galley likely, and then into some land pressure as well.
Viper just defended so well. He expanded his eco to the gold like it was no problem, to the wood like it was no problem. He's been on berries. He's been on hunt. I mean, he's done so much we haven't even talked about here. It's not just the civ, it's how you play it. He's going to rush down this tower now and take back this area. And he will probably... Yeah, he should be able to continue to stay strong on water as he gets the upgrades there as well. And it's all cheaper for Chinese. So
TaToH is up to the Castle Age with 0 on food. Okay, just put 2 more on there.
Yeah.
Somewhere. And he's moving over to the left island now.
If there was ever a map, right? Well, first off, if there was ever a moment to play on when you think you're completely dead, this is it, okay? And if there was ever a map where you might be able to get away with it, this is also it, because there's a lot of free real estate. So that's maybe what TaToH is going to try and do, similar to the previous game. Just hope that Viper can finish him off here.
And he's actually escaped with those 2 villagers forward, which is kind of impressive since Viper was committing so much against that. And
True.
He's got the towers in defense here, but he's forced to add another one near the stone at the back of his base. And I wonder where he's going to get the food eco if he wants to boom and expand once he reaches Castle Age.
Thing is, again, the techs are so cheap for Chinese, right? So Viper's going to be faster to the boom. Also, with the resources, Viper, if he wants to, he could just go for the killer blow. I think the safe play for Viper is probably just to add the 3rd TC for the time being, and probably do that to the south.
TaToH's looping all the way to the south. Is he going to tower rush Viper down here?
Maybe siege tower monk or something. Yeah, maybe it's not a boom.
It worked for Yo.
Yeah, his gold,
Right?
Dave.
TaToH loses 2 vills on the gold, yeah. Crossbows are kind of stuck there. He's forced into his siege workshop. He does have a lot of wood in the bank.
Yeah.
Got enough wood and stone for a TC. Viper goes for a TC on that southern wedge. And TaToH is still running over here with these vills. What can he see down here? Nothing.
Nothing.
That's the answer.
An outpost now will help him see more of nothing. If he were to know that Viper was there, I think he'd go Monk Siege. I think that'd be a very good play for him. See, maybe another outpost near the end of the fog, and he'll spot it.
Yep.
Here he
what,
goes.
Like, what can you really make here? If you're in TaToH's position to take out all these vills, it's a ton of exposed economy, but you don't have any army. He's going for a siege workshop. Siege monk push. Here we go.
If there's ever any play, and arena players will tell you, that can bring it back when you're behind an eco, this is the moment here. Because in theory, Siege Monk counters everything except Lightcap. So, Viper doesn't know about that. He actually has a sheep nearby. I doubt he's paying attention to that. And he just seems to be happily adding eco right now. And there's no real worries for Viper. I think he sees the score and he's already thinking, well, who am I going to face in the finals here? And what civs do I want to draft for a best of 7?
Yep. +2 armor coming from Viper for his knights. He's only got 1 knight in the queue, though.
Yeah, and he's going knights, so this is an opportunity for TaToH. He's behind by 20 vills, so he only needs to kill 19 more, and it's even.
Convert the vill, repair the mangonel, maybe. TaToH's trying to get some good shots there. Viper... Does he lose the vill? He does, and then he tries to house wall the mangonel, and he's coming with more, and he's leaving with all of those villagers. Attack rounds from TaToH are great. He'll get another one here. Kills him, and he's forced a lot of these villagers away, and it's light cab for Viper. That's what you were talking about in terms of countering, and I don't think TaToH sees that TC at all in this set.
Oh, he doesn't know about it.
That's
True.
so tragic. Yeah, that's so tragic for him. Could immediately pressure that. But he has no idea that that's there.
Well, TC for TaToH in the south as well. Obviously, Viper, he's going to send a force down here, so it's probably not going to be good for these villagers, but still. TaToH trying his best.
It's buying him time, right?
Yeah, and 2 TCs in the north. So, I mean, he is still expanding his eco somewhat, and it's still putting pressure on Viper to actually finish off the game.
And Viper does have the fish. He's got 6 extra eco advantage there, but they're taking from shore fish. They're not taking from the deep fish, and they're coming a long way, so it's not really adding that much.
Yeah.
Still, 65 vills for him, 55 for TaToH, so 10 villager lead there.
I'd like to see Viper swoop in with the light cav and drop a castle in the south just to make sure that's safe. He's got vills there that are mainly chopping wood. Light cav kind of free up the area. Drop a castle if you see the TC. It's just a perfect moment for it. And then you just shift your focus on land over towards TaToH's northern area.
Is Viper just going to go all the way around this with the light cav?
I don't think he knew the TC was there.
Yeah, he didn't know about the TC. He's going to attack the monk and take that out before TaToH can garrison. Garrison's a little bit late, but TaToH will lose that mangonel now.
Viper's eco's nuts. He's getting handcart now. He's got 34 on food. This is insane. His economy is just everywhere. He's got vision everywhere. TaToH just doesn't want to accept, because he could have won this series already, Dave. He could have won in some of the earlier games. We can't look at this and say that these players, that one player was above the other. Really, it's so close.
Yeah, like that Mired game.
The Mired game could have won.
He had potential to win. The last game maybe had potential, and he realizes TaToH's like racking his brain. What can I do in this situation? I know how far behind I am. Maybe you could say that's an early tap out there, but with a player of TaToH's caliber, he knows when he's beaten.
Yeah.
And Viper takes the victory here. Viper going through to the finals, having to come back from 2-1 in one of the most well-played series I've watched in a very long time.
Yeah, both players so good. I still think that both players, whoever would have won here, would be the favorite in the final, despite how godly Doubt has played, who will meet Viper there now. My salute goes out to TaToH. My respect goes out to TaToH. We said it earlier in the day. It's like, he's probably the best player in the world that doesn't have a lot of first-place finishes in these S-tier tournaments. He's so good.
He always comes up against Leary, Hera, Viper, and he always takes it to. It feels
The
like
final
the fifth
game.
or seventh game.
Yeah, the
every
final
single
game.
time. He's just one game away constantly, and that shows how good TaToH is. But still, a tie for third place is not terrible in an S tier tournament like this. He came to play, and if you're gonna lose against any player, it might as well be the Viper. I mean, what are you gonna say about what Viper's done here in this tournament? He's looked amazing.
Now, we're going to take a short break, but before we do, who do you think TaToH's rooting for in the final here?
Oh, if you ask him, he'd wink at you and he'd say Doughty.
Yeah,
That's who he's cheering for.
It wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, I bet you that TaToH's probably on a voice call with Doubt right now. Like, they are buddy-buddy. They train together all the time. And I talked to TaToH a few weeks ago. He was already talking strats with Doubt. So wouldn't surprise me at all if TaToH's trying to hype up Doubt to try and get a victory over Viper.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Viper is the favorite, and Viper's good friends with both of them. But Viper's also won a lot. So I think that TaToH wants to see Doubt do it.